I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
Hello, hello.
Hey, we're all here. Oops.
Oh, dang. Ooh. Smiley's really hot. Turn him down.
Yeah, I am.
Turn him down some.
No, he's got a huge head, Chris. Great job.
Thanks. As if it needed to be any bigger.
Yeah.
Finishing out 2019 with a big ego.
We turned everybody down. Everybody's like blasting. I don't know what happened there.
Well, yeah, didn't we just check all this?
We're trying to end the year feeling like gods.
Right.
Yeah. Booming voices. Yeah.
Did you see how good my hair looks?
Welcome to 10 Drink Minimum, the final show of the year. Yikes. That's kind of weird, right? It's always weird doing
A bit weird, but
end of the year show.
You know, I'm glad you didn't, or I hope at the end of the show you don't make that stupid joke that's like, see you next year. I am so tired of that joke.
You just ruined his
ruined
closer.
Yeah.
Good.
Up,
I'm glad.
I'm going to start
so
doing that.
glad.
I hope at the end of your comedy show you don't use this joke.
Yeah.
Well, if it sucks, I hope you do.
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
ow.
That's true. That's fair. That's all fair. That's all fair.
No,
Nobody
I've just
send
heard
Holly hate mail.
Yeah.
I've just heard like 10 people do that this week already, and I hate it. It's not funny.
Yeah,
My mom says hello and Happy New Year.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey.
We got to post Holly's new address so they can start forwarding the hate mail over to there.
No.
Yeah.
No.
We'll post
right.
that in the comments later.
No.
Yeah, the Rio Rancho one. Yeah, right.
No.
We'll have to, I'm all about not doing that now because I watched that "Don't Fuck with Cats"
Yes.
documentary, and so
Yeah.
I feel like there's going to be a moment where one of you guys is going to be like, Chris, check the 10 Drink Minimum page, and it'll be like somebody filming outside of my house, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, we just
binged
it yesterday.
What'd you think?
Oh, I loved it. It was just wild.
It's
The whole thing
crazy.
was crazy.
It's a wild ride.
Okay, I think it's amazing. Terrible title, and in kind of a terrible, trailer. Because I told people to watch it, and they're like, I don't know, I watched the trailer, and it didn't look good. And I'm like, no, man, it's good, I'm telling you. And they're like, well, the name is weird. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, and I don't know. I like that I didn't know very much going into it, and then the more it started to reveal, I guess I didn't watch the news very much during that time because I didn't hear anything about it. Well, I think I may have heard about one of the videos.
I never heard about any of it.
Yeah,
I feel like you feel like watching it. You're like, where the fuck did this all
I
happen?
almost Googled, and I was like, I don't want to watch them.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to see that.
Oh, I didn't watch any of the video though.
But I was like, I wanted to see some news stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I Googled his name.
Same.
Yeah.
And then I found out there was stuff they left out of the.
Oh, yeah. He was a
documentary.
cannibal.
Yeah.
They suspected him of a murder in Los Angeles.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I think they proved that he wasn't involved, but I'm not 100%.
Oh, I
didn't
did see
finish
that.
it.
Never mind, I did.
Yeah.
I also saw he sent the woman that was the worker in Vegas.
Yeah.
He sent her all these quotes, and the quotes are pretty insane.
They're crazy.
I was blown away by it.
Well, and I kind of felt bad for the victim because I felt like they didn't talk about him enough, and it was almost like they just talked about the murdery guy more.
Well, I kind of wondered if it was because maybe the victim's family was like, we don't want his name glorified in this,
I mean, maybe,
His
but
buddy kind of gave him a pretty nice moment there.
But I felt like he was only he was just kind of a blip in his own murder.
Yeah.
But
I also, it literally could have been the family was like, you can only mention what you're allowed to mention.
Yeah. I mean,
it
that's
really
fair.
seemed like it. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
And I could be wrong.
But oh my gosh, that whole thing was a crazy ride. I finished it in like 2 days.
It does make me think about how much of my information is just
Right.
out there for people to like. It would not take very much for them to narrow in of where I'm going to be.
What was
at any
creepier?
given time.
The
Right.
fact that he did all that shit, or that they could find him, like they were like how fast they were finding him, like without even being to get around each other.
Let me
Right.
put it to you this way. I learned very quickly that people can find you pretty easily.
Yeah.
Especially like somebody who has performances and things like that. It's pretty easy for people to find people. So I was on the dating apps at one point, and if I would turn down a guy for a date or something,
Yeah.
sometimes they would show up to my comedy stuff.
Oh shit! Really?
And my Facebook isn't even searchable, like
Right.
my, you know.
Yeah.
And it always amazed me how they found my information.
Well, also this most of this took place between the span of 2010 to like 2014.
Right.
And if you think about it, geotags
Right.
and like location stuff wasn't actually even that great back then because
No.
Right.
I know that in 2010 for wrestling trips I was still using like a GPS, like a
Yeah.
Garmin
Oh,
type
yeah.
like thing. I didn't have a smartphone. I
Right.
think that in 2010 I may have even still had a MySpace that I was going back
Yeah.
and forth between. Like that was probably like the last year that I had it, but still.
Oh wow.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just everything was so early where they were able to get that information then.
Can you
like, they
imagine
could-
now?
Yeah.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
and I mean, the people that were doing it weren't just normal everyday Joes.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's
really,
a
they were
data
not.
analyst and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, like I know somebody like through some acquaintances that like if they're somewhere and they're like, oh man, who was that person? They'll like tell their mom about it, and she'll like dig through social media and in like 5 minutes be able to find, oh yeah, this person. And
I feel like
Yeah.
I used to be able to do that pretty well too, and I feel like it's a lot harder now to do.
Really?
I don't
Not
know.
as easy now.
Obviously, you don't have a group of angry girlfriends. Because if one of our boyfriends cheats on us, we find out everything about everything in
That's
2
true, yeah.
minutes
That-
flat.
That's fair. that is
It's
true.
insane what we can find out.
you just admitted to being a crazy ex.
I mean, all of us are. I'm just being honest about it. Yeah, I mean, you know, a group of girls gets mad enough at somebody's boyfriend. We'll find out all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Poor
Yeah.
James. James just ghosts some girl. Well, then, okay, I feel like
Oh, no, the same way. I
Yeah.
don't remember what you're talking about.
ghosting is a thing, though. I mean,
I'm
it
the
happens.
nicest person. It's,
We don't really look up people who ghost people. It's more like boys who cheat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, not me at all. But I have a group of angry girls that will find out things about other girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's like we will.
We will bust you.
Or like as soon as one of us gets a new boyfriend, that also happens. We'll just find out everything about him.
People are creepy.
I know. I know. But it keeps us safe from like, you know, getting murdered or,
That's true.
you know, when you're
Yeah.
a girl, like, come on.
Man, and then thinking back to the 90s before really like we were linked together with the internet, I can't imagine what a lot of the dating scene or just like the networking scene in general could have even been like, because people could have been really anyone they wanted to be,
Yep.
and there's no way of fact checking that.
Yeah.
There's no way of knowing who somebody is or what they're saying is true. Somebody could just roll into a town and be like,
Fair.
yeah, I used to live so and so, and then everyone just would go along with it. Yeah.
Oh, those were the days.
You're right.
Yeah, when you were
How
like
did
7.
you date even? How did people even meet people?
So I got to think that the weird thing about that show is, and I mean, not to spoil or anything, I mean, the guy was caught. I mean, it's on.
Yeah.
You know, not the thing that the reason why, and like people, I don't want to watch it now. There is a lot of reasons to watch it. Like for one, I'm not going to tell you why he did it. Like that was pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And anyway, the one thing is I know that, like, I know in my heart he wanted to be caught. You know how I know? He wrote that whole blog post where he was like, "How to disappear and not be found."
Yeah.
Well,
And then he followed all the steps.
but he didn't. He didn't follow all the steps. One of them was like use cash only.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's
he
right.
went to his ATM. Well, if you go to your ATM, boom, tagged.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it was kind of weird for me because I was like, wow, they didn't freeze his accounts. And then I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? That's probably a movie thing. Because if they're trying to catch you, they don't want to freeze your accounts. Because if they freeze your
Right.
accounts, they
Yep.
go straight to cash.
Well, even when I got robbed, I was robbed a couple years ago at gunpoint. They got my like debit card or whatever, and the bank didn't freeze it because they wanted him to be able to use it so that they could catch him.
Right. Interesting. So yeah. So I mean, he didn't follow it totally. So I felt like he wanted to be caught. You know. Mm-hmm. It just, to me, you know, some of those people, they just want to, like, and he kept leaving breadcrumbs. Mm-hmm. Kept leaving clues. You know.
Did you guys ever watch that original documentary of Catfish? They ended up making
Oh,
a
Yes.
TV show.
Yeah. The
Yes.
documentary is amazing.
And that was also in an era of very early Facebook, only slightly before all this happened.
Wasn't that on like MySpace even?
I think that a majority of it was going through Facebook.
I
too.
Oh,
agree.
yeah,
So
okay.
as well.
Yeah, but it was like super, super early Facebook. I think everybody was still writing in the third
Right.
person back then.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I remember when I watched that shit, and I was just like, oh, man. And the movie was pretty amazing. I've watched the show, and I feel like I feel like enough people have caught on to it all that it's all fake now. Because, I mean, I don't know. I some of those are just stupid to me.
Also, most MTV shows are not the best.
Hey, Ray, I want you to watch
Yeah,
your
yeah,
mouth.
yeah, you probably don't want to say that.
I want
to
to watch your mouth there. I think the challenge is real.
Of course you do.
The challenge is absolutely real, man.
The Hills was really real.
Hey, I don't know about
I've
that
been
crap.
rewatching The Hills because they added it to
Yeah.
Hulu, and it is like a blast from the past.
Oh, yeah?
Like they're playing songs that I remember. I was
I
like,
don't
oh,
want to wait.
oh no, it's not quite that old.
Oh, I don't remember. I don't remember when The Hills was on.
Probably when I was in like high school.
So that show came on after The Real OC, right? It was like a sequel.
It was to Laguna Beach.
Yeah, The Real OC.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did watch that.
It was about Lauren. It was
Yes.
about Lauren and Heidi.
That's what it
Yep.
was.
You guys are killing me. I have not had any idea what you guys have been talking about this entire time.
Well, all right,
I know how I feel sometimes.
Smiley, on the subject, we're talking about TV shows, movies, that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I was thinking about something earlier this week that I wanted to talk to you guys about.
Okay.
So where is a fictional drinking place you guys have always wanted to go to?
Ooh.
Like
The
Cheers bar.
Yeah, exactly. Or like the Always Sunny bar,
Ooh,
or
Patty's Pub.
the Cantina in Star Wars, and just like
Yeah.
there's all these bars and drinking places all throughout the fictional verse. So where would you guys like to go
Can
drinking?
I get a drink before we get there?
Yeah.
No.
I was I've always been partial to
Yeah.
the bar in The Shining.
Oh God.
Okay. I mean, it's iconic. It is iconic.
It looks like
Yeah.
a great place to drink.
It does look like a nice bar. That is
The-
true.
The lodge near where you grew up, Chris, actually kind of looks like that. I
Oh, in
feels like
Cloudcroft?
it feels like a very tiny little Shining.
Well, I didn't grow up there.
Well,
My parents
okay.
live there now.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in Clovis, so. But I know what you're talking about. That place is like haunted, supposedly.
Yeah, I went and stayed there, and it felt very Shining-esque.
Really, and that's what people say. They're
Yeah.
like, and my parents are always talking about like, oh, there's the lodge up there. It's supposed to be haunted.
So yeah, Smiley, at least maybe you could make that dream a reality, or you could go to the real place. It's up in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
Estes Park.
Overlook
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
I got a friend that worked there for
Yeah.
the summers.
Yeah, definitely. I would. It looks beautiful. I would definitely have a drink there.
I've always wanted to go to the bar in True Blood.
Ooh. Oh
I
yeah,
forget-
yeah. That place was pretty cool, actually.
What was that place called?
Fuck, I don't remember. That's a good one, but it was like kind of like a bar slash like bar and grill.
Yeah.
And it was no, I don't know.
That it just seems like a fun place to go. I'm gonna look up what
It
it's
started
called.
with an M, I think. I want to say it started with an M. Too bad there's someone in the chat that can't help us. I mean, then there's Moe's Tavern.
Yes.
I looked up a group of them. The Snake Hole Lounge from Parks and Recreation. I actually like that one. The Drunken Clam.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of would and kind of wouldn't want to have a
Yeah.
drink there, but the Titty Twister from Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh.
Yeah, if it stayed just a regular bar for drinking, that'd be fun. But if they turned into murderous vampires,
Oh,
probably
sure, yeah.
not as much.
You've got the Bait Shop from the OC. The Bada Bing from The Sopranos.
Okay.
Hattie's Pub. One-Eyed Jacks from Twin Peaks.
Ooh, that one would also be good.
The Bronze from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Belle Fleur. Belfleur's.
Merlot's.
Oh, Merlot's. Yes,
'Cause
yes,
here it
yes.
is, True Blood. That's a good one. I mean, I guess Patty's Pub would probably be mine. Because I like a good dive bar, and it seems like a really good,
Yeah, that seems like a great dive bar. See the owners just shouting over each other and smashing stuff. Like, wow,
Oh, well, yeah.
this place is a train wreck. I love
The
it.
bathroom reminds me of a bathroom at Joe's or something.
You're right.
Yeah.
Man.
I feel like Joe's bar is like our fictional dive bar from our show, but it's not fictional. It's fucking real.
Right.
Oh, Joe's, yeah.
Have you watched Daredevil on Netflix?
I have,
You know,
yeah.
the dive bar they always hang out with feels a
that's
lot
right.
like Joe's, too.
Yeah.
Well, now that makes me want to read
Yeah.
a 1-star Yelp review from Joe's Bar.
Oh, I love
Wait, what?
So one of my good friends, one of my best friends in the whole world, she is a bartender at Joe's.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the reviews of Joe's. I've also been a patron of Joe's for a while. I don't really go there that much anymore, but I can always kind of pinpoint what bartender they're talking about as well.
Right, when they're talking about we used to do this on the show. Ray, we'd go to, because like Joe's like is like the dive bar,
Right.
And you've been, yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
okay. And I feel like you're not an Albuquerquean if you've never been to Joe's.
Yeah.
yeah. Right.
See if I can find it. It's always hard to find on Yelp.
I always
too.
have this perception of Joe's just being so great. I don't know what it is, but like every time I go there, I'm always disappointed.
I always have
but I
fun
always
there.
go back.
I always have fun there. I think because a lot of my friends hang out there,
Uh-huh.
so I always end up running into somebody I know.
Yeah.
So it always ends up being a good night. But I'm kind of the opposite. I have low expectations, and then I get there and it's great.
Okay.
It's all about the jukebox. You run in there and you
Sure.
just
Yeah.
start dominating the jukebox, and then you walk away casually and start playing pinball.
The
What
best
kind of
days,
nonsense?
I guess, have been whenever you had a good jukebox DJ.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, that's not the fun. The fun part is putting on just a bunch of terrible.
Are you
Oh,
one of those
you're a
assholes that
terrorist.
takes over and then it's just like horrible? I was
Oh,
in
yeah,
there
I'll
one
put
night.
like $10 into the jukebox, and I'll be like, "We're gonna listen."
The Chumbawamba for an hour.
Oh, I just saw a post that was
No.
hilarious. I shared
Like
it with
ministry.
Hamster. It was this guy was like, most men would be upset when their wife leaves them at home with the kids for a night out with the girls. I guess he bought a bunch of credits for that jukebox app and
Oh,
found
yeah,
the bar
yeah.
they were at and played Chumbawamba. And then he texts her. He's like, "Did you have a vodka drink or did you have a whiskey drink?" And she's just answering. And then all of a sudden, he keeps using the lyrics. And then all of a sudden, she's like, "Wait, is that you?" Because he played it over and over and
Yeah,
over.
he's put it on repeat. Yeah,
I was in Joe's one night and somebody played nothing but like,
Carrero's. I always think it's Joe Carino's.
oh no, it's Carrero's.
Carrero's Pizza, an Italian
It's
restaurant.
Joe's
But
Place.
No
and,
one.
and
Yeah, no.
Carrero's.
It's standing strong at 2.5 stars.
Ooh.
Let's go find a 1-star one.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I'm excited.
All right. Let's see.
I'm excited about this because one of them might be been.
I think I've read that one. Let's see. I'll read this one, but this isn't the one. This one, I love this one. It's a 1-star, and it goes, "I'm giving this. This should actually be the written under the sign of the place. I'm giving this a 1-star so that the tourist and the self-entitled will stay out, and it can continue to be the perfect broken down dive bar. It has become one of the best dive bars this side of the Mississippi."
I love it.
that. I love that shit. So that one doesn't count.
Vote it down so no one comes here. This
Let's
is
see
my
here.
place to.
There's a lot too.
Well, I'm sure.
Let's see. Constantly rude.
I usually just go there for the pinball.
They have a pen.
Okay. All right, here we go. Possibly the worst service anywhere in Albuquerque. All caps. Come to hang out, play some pool, and get drinks with friends. Ended up getting eye rolled because I asked for an old fashioned, and then they refused to make it anyway. Then they proceeded to get bitched out at about closing my tab. I want to close my tab. It really isn't my problem if it costs you money. If you don't want to run credit cards, switch over to cash only. Don't take it out on me. 1 star.
Dang.
Dang.
That's a Joe's
dude-
Bar review.
That dude was asking for an old fashioned. What is that? Chase?
Could have been that person, Smiley could have been a woman.
Yeah,
Women
it was a
drink.
woman.
I just said person.
Why would you ever order anything like that at Joe's?
Yeah, no.
It's not like, I don't know. My favorite thing that ever happened at Joe's was there was this guy that came in and Judith was working and I'm sitting there hanging out with her and this guy comes in and they find out I'm a comedian and immediately start telling me jokes.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh my God. So Judith and I are just rolling our eyes at each other. And then we go outside and Charlie, another one of the bartenders, and Judith and I are all standing there, and there's a sign on the door for like a missing cat, and it happens to be their friend's cat. And the annoying guy he tries to make a joke like, oh, if anybody is looking for that cat, if you guys meet them, tell them I changed its name to Fluffy and it's at my house. And he thought that was the most hilarious thing, and they got really upset because this is their friend's cat.
Mm-hmm.
So then he called us racist because we didn't think he was funny, and then proceeded to yell at his own friend. It was delightful. I was like, and then he got mad because they had attitude at him. I don't know. It was a whole thing. But every time somebody would walk in, he would tell everybody we were racist because we didn't think he was funny.
Trying to see if I can go find a deep cut in here.
I was like, wow, dude.
Oh, Joe.
So then
man.
Adam Sandler must think I'm racist because I do not think he's funny at
Ooh,
all.
burn.
Oh, wow.
I mean, fair.
Here's a deep cut. The service here is absolutely awful. The staff act like they are above you and don't want to be bothered. I was yelled at by a bartender for trying to order pizza here. Go somewhere else. Brickyard Pizza is good nearby. For the bar, for bars, try Bosque or Imbibe.
Oh my God.
Or imbibe, that is a huge...
Wait, they told
Yeah.
the customer
I'm disappointed because I do like the food, drinks, and atmosphere here, but the poor service has convinced me to never go back.
They think
Yeah,
that's
there was some
atmosphere?
bartender.
Yes.
I will say there was some bartender. I don't remember what he looks like now.
Oh,
but
I know
do
who you're talking
remember
about.
having the impression
Oh, yeah.
that was the most pissed off bartender
Oh, yeah.
I've ever seen.
Just zero fucks given.
That's
Yeah,
Ken.
and I was like, man, how does this guy still have a job?
Because if you're a regular and he loves you, he is like the sweetest guy in the whole
I
world.
like how she knows who
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah,
about.
I know exactly who it is. He's actually a really nice guy, but he has no patience. Like I don't even know. But he's actually a really nice guy.
It
And
felt
if
like
you're
I was
really
working
into
with like
pinball,
the
that helps out
pinball.
too.
Oh, okay.
I know who you're talking about, and there's like an actual review where he told these people to stop dancing because that was not allowed in the bar.
That sounds like something he would say.
It feels like working with like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld,
Yes.
Yeah.
where it's like you have
Yes.
to do it exactly one
Yeah.
way, or he's gonna be like, "Fuck you, get out of here."
Yeah.
Well, and then one of the reviews says like the Avril Lavigne Hot Topic looking bartender, and I know who that exactly was, and so I went in there one time and she was working and she had her back to me and I know her. And I was like, "Hey, Hot Topic, can I get a beer?" Oh my God, she fucking zips around like, "Who the fuck?" And then she turns around, she's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" And I laughed. I was like, "Hey, Hot Topic, can I get a beer?" Just to do it, you know.
That's so funny.
My favorite Joe story is there was a while there that me and my friends made a fake band,
Oh God.
and we made a band photo, and we made a list of fake songs, and we booked a show at Joe's, and we never showed up.
Is there such a thing? Like they've done shows there before?
Where would you even put them?
Right.
I don't know.
That was the funny part. They were like, "Sure, you can do a show here," and we're like, "Okay, cool," and then we never showed up because there's no place for you to do a show there.
Right.
And you didn't have a band.
And we didn't have a band, and we had no songs. We just had a band photo, and that was
Nice.
it.
I feel like if I had to choose, so Patty's Pub would be one. I'd also like to go to Moe's because I mean I've always
Right.
wanted to see what Moe's like would look like. Really,
Like
you know?
real.
So at Universal Studios, they have.
Oh, they have that?
They have Springfield.
Oh, I know that.
But the thing is Moe's looks exactly like Moe's from the cartoon. Like it's
Oh.
recreated to feel like you're in the cartoon.
Yeah.
And I mean that's kind of cool, like in a sense. But like I feel like I'd like to feel like in the real world or something. But it's still really cool. They have a bunch of different places from Springfield that you can go visit at Universal Studios.
Oh wow.
I'd also like to go to the one in Star Wars and a bar in Harry Potter World.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
What's the butterbeer or the?
Yeah, they have butterbeer and they have
Drinking with children.
I mean, I think even just regular beer, but I mean, they have like the shady places where like Hagrid goes and gets like dragons.
And every
stuff
time he
from.
like walks in there, they're like, well, in the book, Hagrid drinks a lot, but in the movies, they kind of
really?
tone it down.
Yeah, he drinks like barrels. And
Yeah,
stuff.
they make reference kind of to it in the movie, like when he is with Harry Potter and he walks into that one little bar. They're like, "Your usual," and he's like, "Not today. I'm on business."
Oh wow.
But yeah, in the books, Hagrid drinks quite a bit.
in the books, the children drink a lot.
Well, it's Europe.
That's true.
I like the. It's Europe. Of course, dummy.
I
Yeah.
don't
I
know.
like that. That's pretty funny.
If
Bro,
we
you're
lived
not
in-
allowed to go out to the bar. Dang it.
That is true. I was in Germany.
Bye,
It was
Harry.
kids- it was kids that
We're
drank a
gonna
lot.
hang out.
Well, Europeans, they don't have nearly the DWI rates that New Mexico has. We need to figure out what we're doing
it's
wrong.
also
or college age death due to over drinking.
Yeah.
Okay, but like when you're there, the size of you're talking here where you know Germany's like the size of New Mexico.
Yeah.
So, you know, your town, you're gonna drink and then you're gonna walk home.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna ride your bike home.
And they have great public transportation
Oh,
also.
ridiculous, yeah.
In the big cities that are huge, public transportation, they don't seem to have a problem with it there either.
Your
No.
risk of getting in a car accident on in your car or on art are about the same if you're drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I posted that photo where like I'm behind the bus and I was all keeping my distance.
Oh, yeah.
People love that. They
I-
love that.
I have a friend who did a video of him driving by the art bus. He has to go that way every day to work.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
all, 5 days in a row, guys. This is how you do it. It's great.
You just don't turn in the lane. Then I literally was like driving down Central and someone was in the fucking bus lane turning. It's like you're not allowed to turn there, dumb shit.
Right.
Well, like, what is it? Like, in the New Year's, there's going to be a lot of people with $80 fines.
Yeah.
And I would at
We'll
first
see.
I was thinking, I was like, I bet they're going to be pretty lax with that fine.
They can,
but then now they're going to have to enforce that hard. They're
Yeah.
probably going to have to be like dicks about it. They're going to be like setting up traps.
Oh no,
probably.
no! If you look at any of the stuff, like it's 10 accidents and over.
11.
Oh
11.
damn!
They were
Okay.
11.
All right. Well, the last time I looked at it, it was 10, but it was over like 120 warnings.
Wow. Hey, that's how we're gonna get that $45 million deficit back down.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe with the money they make from that fine, they can maybe Keller will make it so that you don't get ticketed on Saturday and Sunday mornings downtown.
Right?
We should get him on the show. Somebody put us in contact with the mayor.
I know
Well,
him,
we tried.
Yeah.
We've
Here's-
tried.
and I've tried.
Here's what we tried, and he kind of said no, right? But then he was on the Arise Music podcast, the coffee house that's over here, because it's a metal show, and I don't
Maybe
know.
we're not metal enough.
Maybe we're not metal enough. I don't know what it is.
Well, all of us did decline to go to the Testify show. I'm not saying that's a metal show, but I'm just saying if
Hey.
we're not even tough enough to go to a Rage Against the Machine
I'm gonna
cover
go.
show.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
be
I'm
there.
Well,
metal.
that's what I said. If we I mean, here 75% of us here,
Yeah.
declined.
If anybody's
Sad.
out there, I have an extra ticket to the Testify Rage Against the Machine tribute show tonight at Launchpad.
Is Billy still in town?
I
They
don't know
went
where
to
he is.
Phoenix real quick.
They're in Phoenix.
Just
yeah.
just a quick,
quick jaunt to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And then they're coming back, I think. I don't know.
So I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. We could probably get him on the show, but I'm offended now that he didn't do our show and he went on some other podcast I've never heard of until he did it.
You know what? I've been offended ever since he started ticketing people again on Saturday and Sunday. I'm never forgiving him.
Agreed.
He
ticketing people.
he goes downtown and tickets people.
Yeah,
No, not
he's
him
physically out there
personally.
writing them.
Not him
Not
personally.
him personally, but he changed the
Yeah.
policy.
Well, I don't know if he changed the policy. They just maybe started doing it
Yeah, well,
Okay,
you
what
know what?
are you guys talking
On
about?
Sundays?
on Saturdays.
Saturdays and Sundays.
No, Sunday
Oh,
they
not
don't.
Sundays,
Sunday
but
don't.
Saturdays.
So they used to not ticket on Sundays or Saturdays at all.
Okay.
Are you
So,
talking
like,
about
if you got-
parking tickets?
Yes.
Oh.
So if
okay.
you got like drunk on a Friday night,
Yeah.
you know, and you left your
Leave
car
your
there,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get ticketed. And
Yeah.
I've made this argument on the show like a million times.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, come on, we already have a DWI problem.
Yeah.
There are people who like can't afford an Uber.
Right.
Should they be out drinking? Probably not, but
Yeah.
they are.
Right.
And if they can't afford an Uber, they're just gonna get in their car and drive.
Right.
If they think they're gonna get ticketed.
And yeah, if you think you're gonna get ticketed the next day, you're more apt to drive. You need to come out here.
Sorry, not sorry.
Probably more of the argument of like, the people that can't afford an Uber, and they're just like, well, I can't leave my car here. Like,
Yeah,
I
also
I can
that.
afford an Uber, but I can't afford a parking ticket.
Also that,
So.
and you know,
Yeah.
like if you're already like broke or
Yeah.
having trouble, like you're, you're not gonna want to choose to leave your car there.
Yeah.
Also, you know, you don't have to pay those.
Yes, you do.
From the city for sure.
Yeah,
It's
you do.
from the private spots.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
they
just show
can't
up in
really
court.
enforce
No one
it.
fucking shows up.
Well,
And then it gets thrown out.
getting a warrant is a very
Okay,
real
but when you
city
show up
warrant.
in court though, you have to go when they appoint that time. Then you have to wait. I've done the court thing, and it takes hours.
Yeah.
It does.
So I mean, then you've got
Also free.
Well, if you don't go though, you're gonna get a very real warrant, and
Yeah.
that is
And the cost goes up like a lot.
it goes
Yeah.
up every week until you pay it.
Yeah, you wait till it's like up into like the 300, 500 things,
This
and
is
then
not
you
good
just
advice.
show up, and
Don't
no one,
listen to
and then no one shows up.
This is
Okay,
not
I'm
good
sorry, I've
advice.
never had to pay a parking ticket in my entire life.
I don't agree with what you're saying either.
First
So-
of all, it ruins your credit. Second of all, you end up with a warrant. And third of all,
No, you don't end up with a warrant unless you don't show up.
But why would you just?
They will eventually put out a warrant for your
Yeah.
arrest.
I just
Ye-
okay.
Yeah, only if you don't show up. It's a bench warrant.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's just a
happens.
bench
That only
warrant?
happens
Did you
if
just
you don't
say-
show up.
He's like, well, why work? You could just rob a bank, and then you don't. He's like, just crime pays.
Did you just say out of your mouth, it's just a bench warrant?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's only a bench
Not
warrant.
to me.
Not to me either.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
only if you
no.
don't
Not
show
to
up.
a lot of people.
That's only if you. That's only if you don't show up. You just show up for it.
Yeah,
I don't
but
know.
then you have to miss a day of work, and if you're already
Yep.
broke,
Yep.
then
Oh yeah, you guys work
Yeah. So do you.
sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, so I want to catch up in the chat. Happy New Year to you guys as well. I don't know if I'll fly out to Savannah to go drinking with somebody, but thank you for the offer. Savannah, Georgia for St. Patty's Day. Wow.
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 That sounds fantastic, but I don't know about that. You know, we'll see. I've got a lot of crazier things in the pipeline this year. There
I
we
mean,
go.
if they pay for me to fly to Savannah,
Yeah,
I'll
if someone
do it.
right.
You guys and your parking tickets. That's still.
Well, you don't have a car. Why would you even know anything about it? You don't have a car.
Yeah, that's why you haven't had to pay parking tickets, because you don't have a car.
And they're saying in the
Oh,
chat
yeah.
right now, you're also gambling that they're not going to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. That
'Cause
makes
they
it
do
funner.
show up. That's not fun, James. That's not fun for a lot of people. Like, if they do show up and then you end up with a ticket, like, then you...
You just tell them you can't pay it.
Smiley's being a troll.
He's just
Holly.
trolling. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying this is from personal experience. It's you just tell them you can't pay it, and they're like, "Well, can we do like a payment plan?" And then you're like, "I don't have a job," and they're like, "All right, whatever, we'll just dismiss it."
They might. I doubt. Well, that you're okay. Number one, when was the last time you had a car? Was it when Mayor Keller was in office?
Last time I had a car was 7 years ago.
Okay, so this is all moot, whatever you're saying. Because it used to be $10 for a parking ticket. Now it's $20. They used to not take it on Saturdays. Now they do. So anything you're saying, I feel like they're using this to get all their money back from the $45 million deficit that we got put in.
Oh, and probably all the times I never paid any.
I mean, probably
So
all the
they-
times you didn't pay.
So, Holly, you're saying that if I go downtown on the weekend, that I have
That's
to pay
fair
the
enough.
meter? I have to feed
I-
the meter?
That makes sense.
Not during the day. Or
Yeah.
not during the evening. So not...
After 6.
After 6,
But
it's
like
okay,
Saturday
but-
afternoon, I want to go to
Yes.
the comic shop, and I don't feed the meter. I'm going to
Yes.
get a ticket.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
And see, that's another good point. Is
Yeah.
you know, we have a lot of local vendors.
I'm
and things
finding
like
that out right now.
Oh, wow.
Because I would have just not fed the meter on.
I've gotten a
weekend.
ticket down
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
Yep. Because for
Really?
a while it was Saturdays. You were fine.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
And it was a
Saturday
$20 fine.
morning, 7 a.m. Well, no, 7:55 a.m.
Yeah.
I got a ticket
Yeah.
at 7:55, which is 5 minutes
Right.
before they're even supposed to start working.
That's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Until just
I know Billy got one. Billy got one when we used to do a show at the Art Bar, and then, he didn't pay it till it was $120, and he had to pay it because he had to go register his car.
Yep, and you can't.
There you go. Repairs to the new Art Bus crashes. Yeah, there you go.
It's just gonna go up and up and
Well,
up.
somebody said Happy New Year, so I guess we're at that point, right? I mean, the year is ending, and I was kind of looking over our year. I mean, it's been kind of it's been a very up and down year for us. I mean, we interviewed John Fugelsang at the Trick Lock Theater, the
Yep.
T Lab. We had Ming Chen on the show
We did in the same month.
in the same month.
I think it was a week apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good to bring up right there. There's a transition there. Because January 19th of next year, we will have Ming Chen on the show again.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
that's the day of
Wow.
my show.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I have him
On a Sunday?
Yeah. Remember?
Oh, God damn it.
Okay, we'll
Have
talk
him
about
show
it.
up.
We can make it. Maybe
He
do it.
would.
Yeah.
He would.
Yeah. Well, he will be. We'll probably be at the show then.
We'll figure it out.
Or we could do it the day before, maybe.
We'll just make it amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
instead of asking me questions, we'll just ask Ming Chen questions.
There you go. Maybe, yeah. We'll see.
Figure it out.
Or we'll just do a show the day before. And then the day after.
It'll be fine. We'll be fine.
But he's going to be in town that weekend. He's staying 2 extra days, he said.
No.
I said, cool. That's dope. So what else we do? We did shows at Launchpad. We did Safe House. We did
Hollow Spirits.
Hollow Spirits.
Bar Uno.
Bar Uno.
Ray joined our show.
Billy left the show.
Um.
It's been quite the year.
Mhm.
It's been quite interesting. I mean, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I was looking through all that stuff, and I was like, holy shit, because some of that stuff you think it was like the Fugelsang thing. I thought that was last year, because it was
No.
like right at the beginning of the year,
Yep.
and that was a really interesting show.
Oh, yeah, I remember that because we just got off of we were doing live shows like almost every single week. And you're like, oh, we need to lay off of this. Oh, okay, no, we have to do this. Hold on, we have to do this one.
Right?
Yeah.
We had to do that one.
The John Fugelsang one was like a dream come true. That was crazy to meet him. And then having Ming Chen on was great because we're really good friends. I never get to see him.
I'm trying the wrong one. I keep having to turn everybody up. Everybody goes way down and then way up. I'm like, man, what's going on here? And then we moved studios.
Yep.
We also
moved
did that.
studios.
Oh, yeah, brand new.
Brand new. And then at the end of this year, we'll move studios again, probably. Who knows? What were some of your guys' favorite moments from the year? Not even has to do with the show. It could be do with anything,
I feel like I had a really good year. I got to hang out with Ming Chen. That was awesome.
You got your wrestler name?
I got my wrestler name, Trailer Park Mama.
Trailer Park Mama.
I got to chop Ray Basuda in the chest. I feel like you were super impressed by it. I met Hamster.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's a big one in your life for sure.
Moved quite quickly.
It has. What else happened? Oh, I got roasted for my birthday. We raised money for cancer.
Oh, that's right. We did your roast.
Yep.
I forgot that was at Dialogue. We did a show at Dialogue for our. We did a show at Tractor Brewing for our beer release.
Yep.
Then we did a show at Dialogue for our other beer release.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, remember when I met that guy last year? Well, I guess it was in December, but no, I
Okay.
guess it was January. I met that guy and went to Oklahoma, and then broke up with him, and he cried on his cat.
Oh, that's right.
The fighter pilot.
Oh, I forgot about all that.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Was that this year?
That was this year.
Can I have another beer?
Yeah.
Or should we crack open the champagne?
Let's do the champs.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get that ready. Will you get me a beer while I'm getting ready?
Yeah.
Here, will you do this?
You want me to get that?
Yeah. You do that for a living, right?
I did this all day today.
It's probably so cheap that it just screws off. Yeah, there you go.
All right. So we have
Ta-da!
glasses here. You have to pour it. And we have some orange juice here.
So yeah, to kind of segue into that, I just felt that since we're wrapping up the year, that drinking some champagne is the only appropriate way to wrap up the year.
I mean, yeah, that was a great idea, Ray.
That's a good idea. Ray's like he's like this. Like everybody's like, so how's the new guy? And I'm like, well, he seems to really be into it. And I dig that because he's like he makes all the. Like I'll try to make some shitty flyer for it, and then he'll be like, "Check this out." And
I know.
Like, well, that's much better,
I should just have Ray make my flyers.
right?
I would hate that.
Ray's like, "I fucking hate that."
He's like, no, thank you.
Ray looks at what I put out, and he's like, "Let me put something out better. How about this? This will be better." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks."
The best part about pouring champagne is just how long it takes.
Oh yeah. So you're saying the best part of your year was breaking up with a guy from Oklahoma?
No, that wasn't the best part of my year. It was just funny.
Yeah.
And funny story, when I returned from Oklahoma, I made a joke about him crying on his cat, and that's the first time Hamster hit on me.
Oh.
Wow.
Like, we had been friends before,
Yeah.
and then he hit on me, and I thought I didn't think he was actually into me.
Yeah. Our official illegal distiller for the show says he's making some apple pie moonshine.
Yes.
And lemon drop moonshine for
Yes.
us next time we're down there.
Wow, that's.
Can we go down there tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sounds great. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want to get him busted.
Yeah, last time I accidentally.
I don't get him arrested.
So this year, for myself, I realized that so much happened so fast because I filmed the Netflix series earlier in the year. That was all this same year. It seems like that was already long ago. Whenever I did the Travels with My Father.
That show is awesome.
Yeah. And then I got a chance to do the show with you guys whenever it came out.
Right.
And then from doing the show to talking with Chris to jumping on here, that stuff moved pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Well, we all kind of decided that we needed you. So
We're like, that guy was good, wasn't he? Right? He was pretty fucking.
I don't want orange juice, please.
Oh.
I'll take some orange juice.
Is this one mine right here?
I don't think.
I guess so.
Yeah.
All right.
And this one.
That goes to Holly. Well, then if Ray brought the champagne, does he have to do the toast?
Thank you.
Yes. I think that's the law.
All right. Well, I'll make it super simple, just to 2020 and all the good things to come.
All right.
Yeah.
Here.
Cheers.
Oh, we got James. Just gotta.
Cheers.
Oh, wait, yeah,
The bartender is always last.
yeah,
I aired did Ray's.
yes.
I don't know. I'm not a big champagne person, but I do like a mimosa.
Yes.
Oh, I love champagne.
That's why I thought I'd bring the orange juice along, just in case. Yeah.
So
I think my favorite part about this year was being a zombie.
oh, like you played a zombie
Yeah,
in a movie.
yeah. I got to play a zombie for a month and a half, full makeup, things on fire, like
Very cool.
explosions, like full, like just amazing. Like I've never been on. That's the largest budget movie I've ever been in.
What movie is it for?
It's Zack Snyder's follow-up to Dawn of the Dead, and it's called
Oh, okay.
Army of the Dead, and it's the I'm used to like working with green screens and stuff. Nope. There's actual things on fire. There's actual explosions. There's like people on an actual tank shooting 50 caliber blanks.
Oh wow, was that
Which-
so? It was loud as shit.
which you have to have like serious
Ear
noise
protection.
protection in, and the concussion, you can feel it as you're trying to go. Oh my god! And that car is on fire over there.
Wow, that would be fun. I mean,
That-
that does. I mean, that sounds like. I mean, of your life, the things that sound really fun to me is like being on a movie set. But it also sounds like it would also be super boring. Also, but whenever they're doing cool shit, it would be fucking cool.
It's a lot of waiting in the very limited times I've been on a set. It's a lot of standing around, and also the times I've been, it's been cold. So it's a lot of just standing around, being cold.
Well, because they have all the lights on, and so wherever the lights are pointing, it's probably warm.
Probably.
And then where you're standing, they don't give a shit.
Yeah, the few times that I did it, it was like spending hours getting everybody like sorted out, getting everybody in costume. By the time we get over there, it's just a lot of just standing around. And then we walk whenever we do it, and then it's just like break, and it just it was a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
You're describing my workday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say for myself, I mean, it was really sad to see Billy leave. I mean, I lived with Billy for 7.5 years, but it was really nice to like move into a new place, like a new beginning. You all right there? Mm-hmm. Then I started a new job.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I say that like every year.
Pardon me.
You all right there? Other than that, I mean, we've had some, just seeing this show grow more and more and more, has been enough for me this year. I mean, 2019, I mean, I was looking back on it and I was like, wow, there's a lot of bad things that happened this year. And then I was like, but there was also really a lot of great things that happened this year. And I think that's just normal any year, I was looking back over the celebrities that passed away, as we usually talk about all the celebrities that pass. And of all the years, this one seemed like not that like crazy. Like there's been some where you're just like, Jesus, man. So, like there was one that was like, I think it was 2017, where like just every other week someone like big was dying. You're like, what the shit, man?
We lost a lot of comedians this year, though.
I
feel
did
like.
see that. Yeah,
I think it was Carrie Fisher this year as well.
that's
Yeah,
true.
Carrie
Rick
Fisher.
Ocasek from the
Gene
Cars.
Wilder died this year, and everybody. I thought he died a few years ago. That was a really good hoax.
Yeah, whenever I saw that Gene Wilder passed, I was like, oh, that's sad. But I also thought that was already like,
Peter Mayhew. Peter Mayhew passed
Yeah.
away. Chewbacca.
Yeah, they didn't.
That was sad.
I didn't see them give him a like in memory of.
Eddie Money. Eddie Money passed away.
I also did a nude scene in that movie.
Oh,
I just remembered that.
you just remembered you did a nude scene in a movie?
Yeah, home movie.
Yeah, Eddie Money. Eddie Money finally got one ticket to paradise.
Aw, Rutger Hauer.
Yeah,
Someone in the chat just said, "Can we do a Deadpool draft this year?" I don't know, man. That seems so dark.
I know it's dark.
What is that? Oh
Deadpool
no!
draft.
Jeez.
Rip Torn passed away.
Yeah.
Tim Conway.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rip Torn was a big.
Rip Taylor.
Was Riggle this year?
Who?
Or Don Rickle? Sorry.
Don Rickles? He's
Rickles?
still alive.
No, I don't think so.
I think he is. He has a
Yeah.
show on the AARP network.
Hold on, I might be thinking the wrong.
Doris Day passed away. Let's see who else. Da, 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 da. I had to really dig though. It was pretty rough. John Witherspoon from Friday passed away. I mean,
Oh yeah, and Boondocks, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Max Wright, who was the father on Alf, passed away this year. There was a lot of like, there was like stories about him how they walked in on him choking the Alf doll at one point because he hated him. I've heard stories about that. That'd be pretty fucked up though.
I've never seen Alf before. I
Oh,
know
yeah.
who it is, but never once watched the
Yeah.
show.
What?
That's just
Oh,
before
shit.
my
No,
dinner.
Rickles passed away in 2017.
Don Rickles?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I googled
I'm
it
pretty
and I
sure
remember
she's got a
crying
phone.
about it.
Oh, then I thought I just
And
watched.
his daughter just did a tribute to him on one of the roasts too.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Albert Finney passed away this year. That sucks. Nipsey Hussle.
Oh yeah.
This one really hit me pretty hard. Rob Garrison from the original Karate Kid.
Oh no! Seriously?
He was the body bag guy. Put him in a body bag. He passed away.
How are they going to complete that series?
Luke Perry passed away.
Oh fuck yeah! I forgot about that.
Oh.
Grumpy Cat passed away.
That was
a big
that was
one.
sad.
Yeah.
You can see it happening.
You can see that one coming. Let's see who else. Chewie from.
Oh, that one killed my heart. Chewie
Yeah.
from Chelsea Lately.
Yeah, we already said Dorsey. Someone said Dorsey in the chat. Kind of interesting. Yeah, there was a lot of. There was a lot of people who died, but it was just like not like. I think it was 2017. It was just like murdering people left and right.
2017 was rough.
Yeah.
Like I'm still recovering from that one.
Oh wow, I didn't know this one. Denise Nickerson passed away, who's best known for Violet Beauregard from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, and Gene Wilder.
Yeah. That kind of sucks. I was like, dang.
Didn't she only do that film?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think she was kind of.
Well, a lot of those kids, I don't think were actually actors.
Yeah.
Or at least they didn't pursue a
it.
career in acting, which is kind of interesting to think about now, just because most child actors that I see in these movies end up popping up in other movies, especially like these Stranger Things kids. Those kids are getting jobs everywhere.
Dude, that one
Oh
kid,
my
one of
gosh.
them has like a prank show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's pretty good. And he gets away with everything because he is so cute. Not cute, he's just so adorable. You can't get mad at him.
Yeah.
And every single time he comes out, they're like, aren't you that Stranger Things kid?
Right.
Well, and
He
then
gets away with it pretty well.
The other one that was in the It movies as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's a big achievement because he was in both of them.
Yeah, at the same time, I would assume.
And then I think he's going to be the new Ghostbusters as well.
Oh wow.
Oh,
really?
yeah.
Yeah.
What do you-
Ghostbusters.
how are you guys
3.
feeling about the Don Imus passing away? Does anybody give a
I don't
shit?
know who that is.
What?
So no, I don't.
Wow.
Wait,
That's-
I bet if I
that's
saw a
heartless to
picture, I
say.
would
Don
know who it
Imus,
is.
the radio DJ who was like huge, like he was like Howard Stern and him were like the huge. They had the feud, and then he famously got in trouble for calling the Rutgers, like I think it was Rutgers girls basketball team, nappy-headed hoes.
See, that sounds a little familiar.
I know. I remember him now.
He's like, oh, these nappy-headed hoes. Like that's what he said.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I remember him now. Now that I've seen a picture.
Oh shit, Ross Perot died this year.
Yeah, he did.
No! I voted for him
Did you really?
one time. Yeah.
How did you vote for him? I wasn't old enough. I wasn't old enough to vote for him. You're younger than me.
You already know that my cat's registered to vote. It's not that hard to get around the legal system.
I'm like, I was in high school when Ross
I
Perot
Well,
was
he's a
president.
troll. That's what
He's trolling.
No, I'm really. I mean, no, actually, yeah, no, that's.
gotta pay the troll toll.
Right.
I liked.
I've never had anything to do with voter fraud.
I liked the Saturday Night Live skits of Ross Perot.
Oh, right.
They were good.
Gonna clean out the barn. That's what he always say. He'd always say he was going to clean out the barn.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys see Eddie Murphy's Saturday Night Live recently?
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you guys think?
So I thought you know what? Let's tease that.
Okay.
I'll stop right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Because we're at the end of the hour.
I have an
Okay.
announcement too.
Okay. I as well. Go for
Awesome.
it.
Okay, so I just talked to Ming Chen
Oh, yeah?
because
Yeah.
I talk to him all the time.
Okay.
And he said that he would love to do a 10 drink minimum Hollybird comedy thing.
Okay.
So, January 19th, we'll be having a comedy show and live 10 drink minimum with Ming Chen.
Nice. Fuck, he's going to be in town that weekend, huh? Shit. I may have to change my announcement.
Oh no, why?
Because I wanted to do sober January and be sober the entire month. But if Ming Chen is going to be in town, I'm not going to be
Just
sober.
do sober January minus the Ming Chen week.
Right.
And do an extra one in February.
I can't. February, the first week in February is my birthday.
Oh, oh yeah.
So All right, I might make the one exception, but I'm going to do sober January.
Okay.
That's my thing.
Even including New Year's Eve?
No. That's
Not
January.
included.
January, Holly.
Well, I'm just wondering.
That's the big blowout, you know?
Yeah.
So you guys have anything other than that to announce, to promote?
No, I don't.
For myself, I'm going to be in Mesa, Arizona on January 10th for Party Hard Wrestling. I'm going to be defending the championship of the multiverse against Parada and Mr. Classic with Matt Capane. So it's going to be a triple threat match at Party Hard Wrestling's Party Mania 4. That'll be at the Nile Theater in Mesa. And then for everything else kind of going on, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, just about anything under the name Ray Basura.
When are you going to bring your belt?
Oh, yeah. All right, maybe I'll bring it in for the second hour.
Oh, do you have it?
I think so. Maybe.
shit.
I'll have to
Okay.
double check. I don't know.
How do you not know where that thing is at all times?
So, that's true.
Why don't you just wear it everywhere?
Yeah, I should.
I would walk into bars and be like, what's up, girls?
I'd go everywhere with
The
it.
champ.
It is for sure at my house. I just remembered that now. So, yeah, I wanted to make sure it wasn't in my bag that was in my car. My bag's in my house. Yeah,
Okay,
so,
so next week.
next week, and that'll be the week before I go defend it. So that'll be a perfect time to bring it
Okay.
in. Yeah.
Interesting. James, do you have anything to promote?
Yeah, probably. I guess as usual, you can look for me on the second season of Midnight Texas, available on Hulu and NBC, and upcoming on Deputy. I guess premieres January 2nd, and I think you can see me in the background, like really fun on
Daybreak? If it's in the car, it's stolen, someone said. That's pretty funny. I don't really have anything to promote. I mean, we haven't really set up any live show. I always do this every January. I'm like, we don't really have anything set up except for the January 19th thing at the T-Lab. Is it T-Lab?
Yes, it's at Trick
T-Lab.
Lock.
Cool.
And Ming Chen confirmed that he will for sure be there.
Sweet. So if you're a fan of the TV show Comic Book Men, definitely come out. And he'll be here for Comic-Con.
Yes,
Albuquerque
he will.
Comic-Con. So, go see him there. That guy's like the best. He's like the best celebrity I've ever seen at those tables.
Yeah, he's such a sweetheart.
Oh my God, he's such a sweetheart.
And
Like,
he's so grateful for like anybody who comes up and says hi to him.
Right.
He is one of the most genuine people, and he is honestly my favorite person to drunk text.
yeah, same, agreed. Like it's funny too, because like that guy is so busy, and then like out of nowhere, I'll be in like just check in somewhere, and he'll be like, "Oh man, you gotta take me there whenever we're in town." And I'm just like, "Dude, how did you see that?"
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
He always texts me pictures of him in PBR.
Yeah.
That's his favorite thing.
So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna go into the wavy hour, the last wavy hour for the year. And so
dang.
yeah, I know it's daunting, but definitely check out our show most Sundays from 6 to 8 p.m. live here on Facebook.com/10drink. We have a website, 10drinkminimum.com. Hey, like Billy would have said, hit that smash and subscribe.
Smash that like and subscribe.
Yeah, smash that like and subscribe. There you go. He got it.
Also, make sure to click on that bell icon for notifications so they can see when we post new videos.
Right, because if you want, we are live on YouTube right now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to hit that bell icon, it'll tell you like, hey, 10 Drink Minimum is live right now.
Right.
I'm gonna wave at Stephanie, who's my sister right now.
Well, hi, Stephanie.
Is she
Happy New
only
Year.
your sister right now?
Right now.
Right
That's
now. We'll see how things go next
And
year.
we've definitely drank this year, and you should as well. But always remember, never get
Too drunk to jerk. 10drinkminimum.com.
All the years that I kept quite strong, there was no use calling to you instead. I was speaking of wishes, one of the days they could be better. speaking oceans, more the days they could be better. Don't assume that I'll just way high, the world's apart, and I wanted to save a portion for us. What could be better? I'll take you to the place on our back to my dream started. My day next to your skin. Chase it all, chase it all. You hear that sound? It's the sound of you taking me back. If I say no, that look is mine. But Patton said, for an asshole right in your ears. Come on, just a slice of what we had. Just the same, it's all around me a kind of ghosts floating in the waves of mine demise. As I said, for a certain kind of time, she would take me to the dawn of when we met. Chase it all. You hear that sound? It's the sound of you taking me back. Your eyes say no, that look is mine. But that you said, for an asshole right in my ears. Come on, just a slice of what we had. Stays on. Hey now, I can see your head from around that wheel truck. Come down. What a fun day to rap out. You were mad about your hair, where the water found its glare. Gave up. We came down. How so? Stay 15 and not think loud. Unhooked from the arm on your dress. Do you see the point? Do you see the point at that? You spend a whole life and you believe in what they say. I don't see the point, I don't see the point in that. Stays on. they spend the word online and you believe in what they say, I don't see the point, I don't see the point in that. Oh, if they spend the word online and you believe in what they say, I don't see the point, I don't see the point in that. Like starting on the edge of a razor blade. I'm trying not the money, not the butter. I'm trying to forget not to cut her. I see more than mother shit, but it's not a west ain't easy and the glitter shines red with the sounds of the person I remember. In the slim paragraphs of your letter. Years are cold and breath freeze. My father's tired of mad. If I had a lot of our matching sticks rubbed together, fingers on the palm and smoke with the other. Like a stone kicked over the ledge. See whatever, let every time.
I sold my soul to the bottle. Still none of my friends have left me yet. I'm the same man I was since the age of 13, and I've lived my life with no regrets. If you're looking for some freedom, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum. If you're looking for rhyme or reason, all it takes is 10 drinks minimum.
All right. Back from the break. It's the Wavy Hour, the last Wavy Hour for 2019. Wow. So I guess like 2020 is like right here where that's where we're at, right?
Yeah.
Man, that seems weird to
It's
me.
going to be the roaring 20s all over again.
Yeah, and I brought that up. Someone's like, "What's a good theme for a New Year's Eve party?" And I said, "Roaring 20s," and they got fucking livid pissed. They're like, "No."
The Great
That's it.
Gatsby.
Outstanding. Yeah.
I'm just going to dress like I'm in the Great Gatsby all year.
Right. Exactly.
Ooh, I can get her like a flapper cut.
Yeah.
Right. You think that'll come back like just out of nowhere?
I hope so.
I think some of the stuff you could probably see.
It's so classy.
Hopefully not fedoras.
Yeah, I agree
let's
with
leave
you.
Why
those.
does everyone hate fedoras so much?
I don't know, but if I swear to God, if Hamster comes home with a damn fedora,
Comes home with
I
a
think it
fucking-
depends on a very specific style
Oh
of
my
fedora. 'Cause
God.
if it's like the Hot Topic
No.
fedora, because I
None of
kind of
them.
like the Cuban fedoras.
The
Like
Cuban ones,
whenever I
yeah.
see Cuban guys rocking
Yeah,
those,
right.
I always wish that I had like the style for it.
so I have to say, Hamster has an Indiana Jones hat
Yeah.
that he
Yes.
calls his dad hat, and he loves it so much, and I cannot stand it.
Right.
Ooh.
I don't know why. I'm just like, ugh. And so when we were moving, it got crushed. And I was so excited. I was like, oh my God. And I tried to hide my excitement, but he saw it. But he fixed it, guys. He
Wait a
fixed
minute.
it.
Is this like crushed? Like this is like the scene from A Christmas Story where the lamp fell off
No.
and broke.
That did
Yeah.
not happen. This was a happy accident. Like, he pulled the box out and he got all sad. And I was like, oh no, what broke? And he was like, look at my hat. And I was like, oh no.
Oh no! The hat.
And then he
Yeah.
fixed it, and I had to pretend that I was happy. And he listens to this every week while he works, so I'm glad he'll know now. But
Sad.
he knows I hate it. And now I feel like if fedoras come back, he will
Yeah.
get so into it,
You
and then
think
he'll
so?
wear. Oh my God, he gets into so many things.
I'm not
Mostly, if he thinks it annoys me,
Yeah.
he'll be into it. Like, not in like a malicious way, but just like he thinks I'm
Yeah.
adorable when I'm annoyed.
I don't know why we do that. Like we're as men.
Yeah.
Like we do these things to like. I mean, I do.
Yeah.
Like when I'm dating someone, if I feel like it's something I could be ornery and I could
Yeah.
mess with somebody with, I for sure will do that. And I don't know why.
So speaking of this is a good topic. I'm wearing a Liverpool T-shirt, which
Hold
is
on.
a soccer team.
Let me see. Let me get on this. Okay.
And Jason or Hamster, whatever.
No.
He loves Liverpool. He loves
Uh-huh.
soccer. He loves FIFA, the video
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
And it's like that. It's like if he knows that it annoys me,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
then he'll play it forever.
Wow.
But then, like, if I'm just like, oh, it's okay, like, play your game, then he'll just be like, oh, no, I want to watch a
I'm
movie
good.
with you.
No, I'm good. Yeah.
Ugh. Men.
Yeah.
Just kidding. He's
Speaking-
great. If those are my only problems, is a stupid hat, a
Yeah.
fanny pack, and a video game, I feel like I'm okay.
Wow,
I didn't hear-
do not knock the fanny pack.
Wow.
I didn't hear anything about a fanny
Someone
pack
just
in there.
fired in and they said, "What? The hamster's name was Jason?"
Who said
I
that?
don't know. Eddie Lyrics. I don't know who that person is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie is Toxic from the Trash King.
Oh,
Oh.
gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, hamster is Jason.
Okay.
Jason is hamster.
So I got to talk about fanny packs. We're gonna go on this.
No, oh God.
So fanny packs are back, right?
No, they're not.
Agreed.
They're never going
So
to be
Do
back.
you feel about this? So I fucking hate them.
Here's,
Ray wants to talk about it because the wrestlers are notorious for wearing fanny packs.
yeah.
It's a big thing.
Jason loves fanny packs.
Yeah.
And when we went to Florida, he really wanted like a Miami Vice themed fanny pack. And I
What
was,
the fuck?
oh, because he likes to be again, he knew it would annoy me. So he was
Right.
like, I need this obnoxious thing. Thank goodness there was none to be had. But he has a couple of fanny packs. He calls them Manny packs.
Oh God.
That's
Oh.
not a better name.
That's not-
None of it
See,
is
I was
good.
just about to say that maybe your aversion to fanny packs it stems from the name fanny pack. It already sounds like a really silly
Yeah,
accessory.
yeah.
It really does.
And a manny pack is not any better.
And then he was like, but it'll make like dadding easier because I'll be able to carry more things conveniently. I'm like, you have a backpack.
So
Use that.
in my circles, we refer to it as a gimmick bag. Yeah, and
Kevin
I
is
already
a
think
wrestler.
that sounds significantly better to call them gimmick bags.
Okay.
And I agree that having a gimmick bag on, keeping all your stuff in there, is the most convenient way
Sure.
to keep.
All right,
everything-
Hulkster.
Yeah.
You're advocating.
Oh, I am a very big gimmick bag advocate, and especially whenever you're wearing spandex, you're in your gear. Where else
Yeah.
are you gonna put your phone?
Somebody
and-
called it a bum bag.
A
Bum
bum
bags
bag.
are cool. I love the bum bag, and they have those big ones that people just kind of sling over themselves like that.
No.
Yeah, there's so many different ways to wear it. It doesn't
There's
have
not
to
a
Okay.
lot of ways. Okay, I don't
The
care how
gimmick
he wears
bag.
it. I don't like it.
So Alex,
Oh, yes. I saw it. She posted.
my friend Alex has been talking about wearing a fanny pack. Alex is very stylish.
She is.
By the way. And she was like, I want to wear a fanny pack. And I was like, not around me. Not if we go out together. And so then she's like, waited. And then, we were at an event together. My friend Tammy was there. And she goes to my friend Tammy. And she goes, Chris said I couldn't wear a fanny pack and hang out with him. So my friend Tammy was like, so what's your deal with the fanny pack? And like, she knows that like Tammy, like I'm the mayor of downtown. Tammy's the godfather of downtown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. So then Christmas rolls around. And I'm like, and they did all the excuses. It's so much easier. I don't have to carry a purse. Then I can just put everything in the bag. You don't have to hold anything in your pockets.
Yeah.
Whenever if I have And I'm like, oh my God. So then,
These are all the excuses my mom gives me.
yeah. So Christmas rolls around, and I'm like, all right, I got to get my friend Alex something for Christmas. Well, I'm going to get her a fucking nice fanny pack.
And to be fair, if Hamster carried a fanny pack like the one you got Alex, I would be okay with it.
Okay, so if Alex is the same Alex I'm thinking of, I think she posted a thing to her
Yeah.
story
Uh-huh.
recently.
That is correct.
And I complimented the gimmick bag without even knowing that this
Yeah.
was like a thing.
Yeah.
So I am all for that
So,
gimmick bag as well.
It's
I got
really
her-
nice.
I ordered it from. This is what happens when you're my friend. I ordered from Macy's a Michael Kors fanny pack, and
Yeah.
and everybody's like, "That's crazy," and I'm like, "It wasn't insane to
Yeah.
buy. I mean, it wasn't like
It's
hundreds of
beautiful,
dollars.
though.
It wasn't
Yeah.
hundreds of dollars. It was because I don't think a lot of people are buying fanny packs.
And I also think
It's beautiful, though.
that whenever it comes to the gimmick bag, it also comes down to it fitting your person.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I went to go get one to take to Mexico with me. I went down there. Yeah, because my other one had the strap had been like coming undone. So I bought the first one I could find because I didn't have time to order one online. And I hated it. Like every time I was wearing it,
Yeah.
like I felt like I was wearing like an old man's fanny pack. And
Wow.
I realized it's like, okay, it comes down to like having the one that like fits you, because my other one that I wear is a Jan Sport one. It has like avocados and tacos and salsa on it, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
Maybe I will have you help me.
Maybe Hamster's
pick
just
out.
a nerd.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Maybe he just really likes annoying me.
Maybe Hamster's just a nerd.
I mean, he is. He totally is. I don't know if you've had the joy of meeting him yet.
I have not.
He is amazing. But maybe you
This
can
isn't a
help
free
me
No,
pick
it's not.
out a gimmick bag.
Yeah, I'll be like the
For
genie
Hamster.
from Aladdin. I'll get him sized up. We'll
Yeah.
get him fitted. It'll be great.
And then I won't be so annoyed by his
Well,
manny
okay.
pack.
or maybe
I-
we need to get you one.
So
Oh,
so
I don't
I've
know.
had I'm into the messenger bag thing, and I've had messenger bags, and I've had people give me shit about it. Like, is that your Merce? I'm like, it's a
Oh,
messenger
no,
bag.
that's okay. Can I tell you something, though, that happened over Christmas, speaking of which? So you guys may have noticed that
Mm-hmm.
I carried this. It was a Michael Kors purse that I
Okay.
worked very hard to afford.
Okay.
I paid a lot of money for it. Hamster hated it because it was big and it got in the way, and now that we have the little baby.
Wait a minute. He hates your purse, and he wears a manny pack.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
When Hamster wears
validated.
them, we're gonna call them Manny packs.
Yeah. I feel validated, Chris. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
But so he would complain about it. And he was like, you know what you really need is a backpack. And for the longest time, I was like, no, I like this purse. And then I realized what he was saying, because with a 3-year-old, it's like you have to balance this huge purse and
Yeah,
a 3-year-old and all this stuff. So we went to Florida, and his parents, I guess, noticed my struggle. And they heard us talking about how Hamster wanted me to get like a backpack.
Okay.
And they got me a really nice leather purse that you can wear as a
Yeah,
backpack.
it turns
Right.
into a backpack. I was gonna say.
Oh, wow.
So, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know how I know these.
I was
things.
gonna tell you from personal experience the reason why you don't want to have a backpack,
Okay.
just from the perception that you get. I love to have a backpack because I get to walk around in really sketchy areas because people are like, oh, well, that dude's like probably homeless.
But
when you're in like not sketchy areas, people are like, "Oh, well, that dude's probably homeless."
Right. This does not look like a homeless
right.
backpack. It's actually very cute. And I had to admit to him that he was totally right because I took the baby out with me and I had it so much better.
Well, Chris is going to make a point. I wanted to hear what you're saying.
Oh,
what
sorry,
what
Chris.
know this?
So I don't know how I know these things. Like I guess I hang around with women that are like stylish, but they have like the backpack that turns into a purse. And then I was gonna say that I didn't know that's where you were going, and I was like, well, I get because like whenever I think of backpack, I think of the big ass like fucking Swiss backpack.
Yeah.
And then but then there's like women. I mean, but when women wear backpacks, they'll wear one that's like this big.
Yeah.
You know? It's like the size of that I don't know what a small dog, I guess. And then you have it where like the little straps go over, and then like the straps zip and then turn into like a strap for like a purse.
Yeah.
Smaller than a bread box.
Smaller than a bread box.
Yes. Well, my old purse was about the size of a bread box. And
But I mean, what can you really carry in that though?
Bread.
in my new one, I have all the things I need that I thought I would never fit in a smaller bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I can carry it on my back, so I can carry the little one around. And I have to admit that it is really nice that my arm isn't super tired. So I had to admit that. So now I'm kind of like, you know what, Ray? Let's pick out a
Lazy.
Merce. Or not a Merce, a Manny pack. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Manny
Manny
pack.
Well, now I have another question.
Yes.
So, with a big purse,
Yes.
is that a thing that like after time? I mean, because I assume you're over and over and over wearing it on the same shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So over time, is that affecting your spine?
So I carried mine like on my arm, and I would switch arms, and my arms would get sore. But yes,
Just
it
working
does
out all
affect
day?
your back. It affects everything, and mine was so heavy because I would just throw things in there. Hamster would throw things in there. The baby would throw things in there.
Okay.
So when I switched purses, I found McDonald's toys,
Oh God.
snacks for the baby, all kinds of stuff. So
Condoms.
now,
That's weird.
so now nobody is able to put anything in my purse,
Wow.
and that makes me happy.
So as a man, like there was a Seinfeld episode where George Costanza had the Costanza wallet.
yes,
And like I was a guy who was like all about having the wallet with everything in it.
yes,
And then my back started hurting, and I was like, "Fuck! I wonder if it's the wallet."
yep,
So I switched to like an insane. Let me change the camera here. A much smaller wallet, and it goes in my front pocket. And it's about the size of a small cell phone. And I find like that my back doesn't hurt anymore. Like I threw my back out this last year. And I'm like, I need a smaller wallet, I think. And so does anybody else, like, do you guys have a big wallet?
Oh, it's super tiny wallet, but because the exact same thing. I used to have a big wallet. I'd carry the most random, like, business cards.
Can I
and
ask you
fortune
guys
cookie-
what accumulates in there besides with business cards and
Coupons,
fortune cookies?
business,
Yeah, you
business
just put-
cards.
Business
But
cards.
how does it get so big?
Well, now I just don't carry anything. But before, I'd put like a fortune cookie, I'd put receipts, I'd put loose cash, I'd business cards. Really, like anything I could like want to hold on to. Like maybe I'll need this one day. I'd find that I'd have like a bunch of expired coupons like tucked inside my wallet
it,
for no reason.
it really is business cards, though.
Dude. And so
That's
now
what
there's-
like
I can't
it
think of
comes
the-
like because
Yeah, go for it.
you saw my old
Yeah.
wallet.
Uh-huh.
You guys would make fun of me.
Right. Costanza wallet.
Yeah, it was about like yay thick,
Mm-hmm.
and I would have to take it out if I was going to sit for any long period
Right.
of time.
Yeah.
because it was very uncomfortable
Right.
to keep in my back pocket.
Well, and the thing now is like you have a smartphone. So when someone hands you, first of all, if someone hands you a business card you want to keep, there's an app out there. You take a picture, boom,
Yep.
it puts it right. It puts it all in there, and it actually will move it to your contacts. So you don't even need the business card. Like, just throw it away. Now, if it's something you don't want, don't put it in your. You now I can't put it in there. Like it's like,
Yeah.
I don't want it anyway.
I'm considering putting a chain in my wallet. What do you guys
Yeah.
think about that?
That's retro.
Yeah.
You know what? I
Very
think that's
90s,
great.
Very early 2000s.
I think you do it. The 90s are back. Do
Does your
it.
chain
I think the
hang
chain
low?
was a little later '90s, maybe early 2000s. So
Does
I was
your
The
chain-
aught years are also coming back. Let's just,
Yeah.
Man,
I mean,
I hope
we're wearing
Jinko
fanny packs
jeans
apparently.
make
so-
I
it come
don't.
back in
I do not.
2020.
I do not. I don't.
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go Jenkos. No.
What's
No.
so what style do you think you guys gonna think is gonna come back in the 2020s?
I really, really, really,
Or hope it
really,
does.
really
I think-
hope for the Gatsby style.
I think
Really?
a lot of the '90s stuff is already
Yeah, it's
already
already
starting to
coming
come
back.
back because a
A
lot,
lot
of
of
the shirts
velvet.
that I'm ordering, a lot of the shirts that
Yeah.
I try to wear are like blocked colors, and I think that was a pretty '90s
Yeah.
thing.
Like cross color kind of shit?
Not as much cross color, not like Fresh
No.
Prince, but well, that's also pretty.
That is also coming back.
yeah, that's pretty popular
And
too.
Velvet is coming back for
Oh,
the
I
girls
saw-
like
I saw
crazy.
some person the other day.
And
Speaking
I
of-
hate Velvet. Oh my
Speaking of
god.
George Costanza. Like the other day, someone was in a Costanza crushed velvet
Yeah.
jogging suit,
Mm-hmm.
walking across the street, and I was like, and I thought about Seinfeld. I was like, she doesn't care what you wear. Nope. You know?
They have like the velvet dresses, the floral print, like flowy dresses. I'm okay with the flowy dresses, but velvet, I hate velvet because
It's
my
rough.
mom put me in velvet all the time when I was
I mean,
a
it
kid.
feels good.
It feels good, but it's hot.
Oh yeah.
It is so hot.
And the upkeep is so hard.
Yes, no, thank you. When I was
Yeah.
little, I didn't have to do it, right?
No,
but
yeah.
now as an adult, I'm like, no, thanks.
If you guys have watched Idiocracy, I think we're getting
I love
into
that,
a lot
yeah.
of a lot of graphics.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I imagine that we're going to see that a lot. A lot of graphic stuff, which
Yeah.
is unfortunate, but
Not good.
yeah, it's going to be in like those where they had like the Carl's Jr. logo all
Yeah.
over their stuff.
Somebody keeps saying in the chat, large 9 or enormous, or 9 large or enormous 9. I don't know what that means.
Is that Eddie Lyrics talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's talking about the Monster 9, maybe. Or
Okay.
I call him Flaccid 9. Is what I said. That's why they call him the Monster 9. It's because that's his monster dong. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Monster Dongs will be back in.
Yeah.
I
Finally.
mean, those are always in.
Finally.
Well, okay, they've
Finally, the
always
big dick is back, guys.
they've
did it
always
again.
been in. Just a lot of people don't have
Well,
them.
they
The bush.
haven't been all the way in.
I don't even know what that.
Wow.
Wow. Whew.
Like, I was gonna say mesh shirts.
Oh God, I saw that. No, I saw that. That's a thing. It is. He is right.
I saw Smiley
No.
trying to wear a mesh shirt.
Acid
Then-
wash jeans are coming back
Wait,
too.
did you?
Yeah, you pulled it out of your bag the last
Oh, that's
show.
right. I had it. I had it
Yeah.
for.
You're trying to rock the mesh shirt for Christmas, and then we're like, that's not
It's
the
no,
right kind of
it
festive.
didn't. It didn't work at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
what-
put
I
it
don't
on.
know
I was all, no, this is bad.
I don't know what festival that would be, but
What
yeah.
festival that would be. That's funny. I was like that. It's always been in. Well, not all the way.
Well, I was just like really happy that I found it because I thought I lost it, like probably like a decade ago. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it was just.
I like how you lost a shirt from a decade ago, and you're like, "Oh, this is probably cool." stuff.
Yeah. Look, it's
A
coming.
mesh-
It's
when
coming
was
back
wearing a
now.
mesh shirt.
Like a decade ago at
Oh,
goth
gosh.
nights,
Okay, that's
things
fair.
like that.
All right.
When I was in like a little better shape, and I would just wear a mesh shirt.
I like the guy who's. I like to see. I mean, I don't like to see it, but it's kind of funny. The guy who's not in shape in the half mesh shirt.
There we go. That's
There
the
you go.
ticket.
He's always at. I always feel like he's always in the vicinity of a gas station. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah,
Always.
see, I don't want to be that guy.
I don't think he does either, but
Yeah.
he
It
is.
just is. You have to accept it. You either are that
He's
guy.
he's the guy that gets the tall boy and he puts it in a brown sack and he drinks it by the dumpster.
I don't know
Another one
what
of
you
these-
guys are talking about, but I love it.
You're making it sound more and more appealing. Like
Can I get another
maybe
one of
I
these-
should do that.
Can I get another of these Lone Stars?
Yes.
Can I get one as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys have never had a Lone Star beer.
So the only time that I've had a Lone Star beer before this was I did a wrestling show in
Yeah.
Lubbock, Texas, for a company called Squared Circle Pro, and they had a sponsor, and I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was a one-time sponsorship, and they did a deal where they were gonna have an after party, and they invited a bunch of wrestlers. We're gonna go to the bar, we were gonna hang
Yeah.
out with the fans, and we're gonna drink. I thought that was cool. I did not know that they were going to have free beer for the wrestlers.
What?
I do not think that they thought that through whenever they set that up either. So we all show up there, and they have like a trough full of Lone Star. And it's just like ice and Lone Star, and we clean that out almost instantly.
They thought that through. That's why it was Lone Star.
Well, we drank so much that they, like, the owners or like the people started like yelling at the promoters, like, you people are drinking too much.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
Yeah, because the bartenders, we'd like finish it, we'd set it down, and like the minute we'd set down the empty one, they were like cracking open another one and like putting it in our hand, like in the same motion. It was like tink, our new one. They were like,
I imagine
okay.
that's as bad as giving comedians carte blanche of
yeah.
alcohol. Because, like, I have gone to a couple of shows. So, like, if you go to a comedy club, that is not a thing that happens because they already know.
Right.
They already know.
Yeah,
and you
fuck
have
no.
to eat off the children's menu. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
But, like, I went to a show where it was, like, a private show, and they were like, we're going to just, you guys have whatever you want. And they had hired, like, a bartender to come for this party. We drank our asses off. And then when we went to Trinidad, that last night that we were there, you said, like, comedians can put it back.
But they dug that shit. Okay. So I was there for that.
Yeah.
And what I loved about that one was, and I mean, I would love to go back.
Oh, yeah,
But what's
yeah.
funny was, is like, you definitely tell the alcohol they had was like the specialty stuff.
Oh,
that, like,
yeah,
they
yeah,
did
yeah.
with, you know. All right. So you want to hear a fraternity story?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I should start that segment. You guys want to hear a fraternity story? So
I thought we were going to talk about Trinidad, and I was like,
no,
all
We forgot to mention that. We did that this year.
That's right. We did the
goddamn.
Southwest Chief Bicycle and Comedy Festival.
We did our podcast in a funeral home. It was
That's right.
great.
Wow.
We interviewed a mortician.
It was
That's
awesome.
really cool.
We
Yeah.
loved it.
So when I was in college, okay, let me flash back farther. When I was in my teenage years, when my parents were like, hey, you know, we're going to get out of town and we're going to do something fun that's not going to kill us money-wise, right? We lived in Clovis, or we lived in, north of Clovis. So Lubbock was like an hour and a half away.
Okay.
Right.
So there was a Barcelona Courts there, and it was by the mall. And when you're a teenager, going to a really big, nice mall, like we didn't have one. So my parents would take me and my sister, and we would go for the weekend, stay at this Barcelona Courts, and then go to the mall. And we would go to the mall. My parents would hang out at the place. Well, the one thing about this Barcelona Courts is from 5 to 7. If you were staying at the hotel, they had free happy hour
Right.
for 2 hours. So, smash cut, I go to college. And I'm like I'm a JI, which is called just initiated. And I'm in the meeting, and they're like, yeah, we got to figure out where we're going to go for the formal. Does anybody have any good ideas?
Oh, actually, they do that at a bunch of hotels.
Right. And
Not a good
I'm
idea.
like, I know this place in Lubbock. It's called Barcelona Courts. And everybody's like, okay. I was like, I know when you stay there, that from 5 to 7, they have free happy hour. All you could drink. Of course, everybody goes, what? So we book it. We go there, book the place, and we don't use our real fraternity name.
Of course not.
We're the Alpha Psi Honor Fraternity, according to them.
Right.
We go, and I mean, in Texas, they don't have the 2-drink thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, for some reason, like their big alcohol was like vodka, gin, rum, and whiskey.
Yeah.
Well, they made cherry vodka sours, and I'd never had one before, so I was carrying them by the 3s.
Oof.
Boom. And I mean, our chapter was like 20 people. So 20 people and their dates, we go, and the dude tells us at the end, he goes, wow, this was record-breaking. He goes, we went through 2 gallons of vodka.
Oh, my God.
Ooh,
Oh, my God.
that's intense.
And like all the rooms were suites. And I remember going into my room at one point, and my roommate had been my roommate and like 4 other people had been thrown out, and they went and stayed at another place, and that's a story for another day. But it was just one of those things where it was like, We walked in and we fucking had a mission, and it was to get as fucked up as possible in 2 hours.
Mission accomplished.
I used to love going on dates
Yeah.
because I have developed a drinking tolerance that is unbelievable because of comedy. Like, because
I
at
don't
the
know. I
time
can
I was
probably
going,
believe it.
huh?
I said, I don't know. I can probably believe it.
Yeah. Oof. So comedy has helped. This show has helped. Just like my drinking tolerance is crazy, and I would go on dates with guys, and you could tell they were trying to get me drunk, right?
And you're like, good try.
And I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
keep
sorry.
going, keep them coming,
I
keep
got
them
some
coming.
bad news for you.
I would always end
Yeah.
up drinking that asshole under the table. And they deserved it because, like, you're trying to get me drunk for we all know what reason, and it never worked. I would
For
just be like, good
friends?
luck with that.
Yeah, for friendship.
For friendship.
Yeah.
So they would always leave in an Uber, just like, oh, because I remember one of them, he was just particularly gross. Like, he made it very apparent that that's why he was trying to get me drunk.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, okay, challenge accepted. And I had already, like, called my girlfriend to be like, hey, can you come pick me up here, like, when I'm done drinking? So I was never going to go home with this guy. And I remember him getting in the Uber, and he's like, you're not coming with me? And I was like, oh, sweetie, there's no consent when you're drunk. Bye.
You're too drunk. Bye.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're wasted. Bye.
Bye. I can still walk.
Thanks
So,
for paying.
I know. And his bar tab, I think, was well over $200.
Awesome.
So, and
That's
he
the best,
deserved it.
Right. But we did go to Trinidad this year for that South, and it was interesting because
It was fun.
it was weird seeing like other podcasts that were from Denver,
Yeah.
and then the guy they came out. It was really funny because like we did our show there, and the mortician and his sister.
Wife?
No, what his wife?
I don't know. We don't know.
No, it was his sister.
His sister?
Came out,
Yeah.
and they were like, "You guys were great. You guys were like really professional." And then she was like, "You guys should move here." And I was like,
Yeah. We were like, no thanks.
Okay. Well,
They were really sweet, though. I have to tell you, I can't believe I forgot that because I got to see comedians that I really respect.
oh yeah.
Sam Talent is an amazing, amazing, amazing comedian.
It was. That
from-
last night there was amazing.
Oh my God. Sam Talent is somebody I really look up to. He's from Denver, and he is like, if ever Sam Talent walks in when you're telling comedy, you're kind of like, oh my God. And he walked into one of my shows, and I saw him laugh, and I almost cried.
Oh, sweet.
Sam Talent was there, and he was great. I got to hug him. He wrote a great article about what it's really like to be a comedian, and it was amazing. Brent was there. Can't remember his last name right now. He's crazy, but he's fun. He gave me one of my first road shows, and to have him tell me, I did a show with him. At that last night we were there, and I got to do a show with Chris Charpentier. Like, it was an amazing experience. I got to perform with a lot of people I never thought I would get to perform with.
It was crazy too, because like we show up that first. We all took off like half a week.
Yeah.
We podcasted all the way down,
Yeah.
which turned out really crazy good.
Yeah.
I was really blown away how well we did that in the car. Because like Ray, we're like driving, and I have like this little Kodak camera on the dash.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And
On the road trip. Remember?
and
Yeah.
I have a recorder here, and Holly has we hooked up 3 microphones, and so James and Billy were in the back seat, and then Holly was in the front seat, and we started the recorder, and then she hosted, and like when I needed to talk, she would lean it over and like put it at my mouth, and I would talk while I drove.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it
We
was
did-
fun.
Did we do a 2 hour or
dangerous.
just a 1 hour?
Yeah. I think we did a 1 hour.
Yeah.
And,
I
yeah,
did 6
Me and
shows.
Billy are in the back all.
Yeah.
Hello.
So you get there. So we get there. Well, hold on.
Okay.
So we get there, and I rented us an Airbnb. So we had a place to stay, and it was so weird because, like, in my room, it had like
Oh
this
my God.
electric chair,
Yeah, it was huge.
was so
like
weird.
it was so weird. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
And-
shit! No, I remember that
And
now.
then you and Billy shared a room, and then James slept on the couch.
I had a child's bed,
Right.
which is fine. I fit in it fine. I'm very
Did Billy
short.
fall on you at some point?
Yeah, he got up to go to the bathroom and literally
Oh.
fell on top of me, and I almost died. There was also the time that this one back here, Mr. James Smiley,
Shut it. Yeah.
was so drunk and high.
Okay.
that he
Also,
thought-
Trinidad weaponized marijuana.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's drunk and he comes in and he's just standing there. And Smiley is like tall and lanky. And in the dark, it is like intimidating when you're like laying there. And he's just standing there. And Billy and I are like, what's going on? And he's like, guys, the power went out. And we're like, what? Because we're also drunk and high. Billy and I had both texted our significant others, which we're both still with, that all kinds of stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's true, huh?
And Billy told me to text Hamster, welcome to our niche. After I told him I loved him after 2 weeks of dating him. And I was like, oh no, what do I do?
Person.
We were high, Ray. We were high.
I'm the only one who didn't do any drugs.
Oh my God. He went to bed and we all just stayed up like idiots. Anyway, so James comes in and he's like, this is after I had texted Hamster that I loved him after 2 weeks of dating him. And then Billy said, text him that welcome to our niche. That'll fix it.
Oh, yeah. I think that'll settle that.
You know how things
Oh
go.
my God.
Yeah.
So then James comes
I
in
come in.
and he's like, the power went out. And we're like, what?
Okay.
Oh my God.
honestly
So we're
thought-
walking around.
I honestly thought the power went out.
Yes, we're aware. We're walking around, and I noticed that the clock on the oven is working. And I'm like, James, that's plugged into the wall. That's probably working. We just flipped on a light switch. He had literally just turned all the lights off.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
I like to, like, we're in this Airbnb, and it didn't have Wi-Fi.
No.
So we had no way to, like, stream anything.
Oh, my God.
So
it
we
was.
were a slave to, like, whatever media they had, which they did.
Billy and I watched 50 Shades.
No.
We
all
all
of us.
Oh, yeah.
watched
We
it.
all watch
And
50
we're like,
Shades.
well, let's watch this with Holly. And then we watch 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
And we're like, it ends. We're like, that's it. What happened? we're into 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, they got
Like,
so
how do we
into
How do we
it.
watch the
It was
sequel?
so cute.
That was actually one of my favorite memories from
Yeah.
that because
Well-
we're here like making breakfast.
Me
like,
and
what's
James-
going over there?
Me and James got up.
What's
every
going
morning
on over there?
and made breakfast.
Yeah. And then, so I put that in because I've read the books. I'm not ashamed to say I enjoyed the books. I enjoy the movies for what they
You
are.
and Billy were just there all.
Yeah. And they come over and all the boys watched it and they were great. And then they were like, wait, that's how it ends?
Right. What the fuck?
So at the peak of those books, it was like, I don't know, like 2010, 2011
Yeah.
or so, whenever they were like really big. I used to work on cars, and I was
Yeah.
a service advisor, so I'd go and like check out these people's cars, pull stuff out, and then I'd go talk to them and like try to sell them on services for their vehicle. This lady had this book, and I had seen it like a handful of times, and it was 50 Shades of Grey, and like, I asked her, I was like, oh, I've been seeing a lot of people with that book lately. I was like, I like to read sometimes. Like, what is that about? And she's like, oh, yeah, it's been pretty popular. She just kind of like bypassed the question. So then, I don't know why, but I dug. I was like, well, what is it about? And she like turned like bright red and she wouldn't like tell me. And I was like, well, I've been seeing it a lot lately. I just wanted to know if it'd be a book you'd like. She's like, I don't think it'd be a book you would like. She's like, it's pretty much just smut.
The books, actually, it has a great storyline.
Sure, whatever.
The movies ruined some of it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It was
But
very interesting.
also, it is the hottest thing I've ever read in my life.
It also started out as Twilight fanfiction.
It did. Yep.
Wow.
Maybe you didn't know that. But
But
anyway,
the sex scenes in it, dope.
so also Trinidad, going back to Trinidad, that was the one town. First of all, the town had 28 dispensaries
Yep.
for 9,000 people.
Yeah.
Because it's right next to fucking New Mexico.
Yeah.
But like, you'd go to the grocery store, and it was a place where I'd never.
Oh yeah. I
So here's the
remember
thing: when you had to go to the grocery store,
We went to the grocery store a lot.
you had to psych yourself up for battle. Like you had to
Oh, yeah.
get ready to go in, man. It was like get ready to go in because it was like grocery shopping like I had never seen before. I guess this is like the last. I don't know if there's not many in town.
They have like 3 aisles. And we're like, okay,
Yeah,
how do
And
we
then-
get through here?
you had to deal with the angry locals versus the
Undesirables.
undesirable marijuana smoking tourists.
Didn't they call you undesirables?
No, they were.
Or they called somebody
I was standing in
undesirables.
line, and the guy's like, "This used to be a great town to live until all the undesirables came in."
So then for like a few weeks after that, every time we posted anything about the show, we'd put hashtag undesirables.
Nice.
But I
that.
did 6 shows in 3 days.
Let's talk
which
about
was
that.
crazy.
So we get there, and I saw you perform twice in the same place.
Yeah.
So we go there, and you're supposed to do like 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
And then they walk up, and they're like, can you do 15?
Yeah.
And your face is like,
Fuck.
as you say
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So you do the first show, and I don't think it went real well.
It did not go well.
No.
I bombed.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, I
Yeah.
totally bombed. And I think a lot of it is so like what people don't know about me and these guys got to witness is before a show I have a complete meltdown.
Oh yeah.
I literally I have to feel comfortable in what I'm wearing. I have to feel ready and prepared and all this stuff.
You have a routine.
I have a routine. And when we got there, I didn't get to do any of my routine because we were running behind and we didn't know this show started at the time that it did.
And then they threw that.
And then
can you do 15?
Not only did I not get to do my routine, then I was preparing for 10 and they added 5 more minutes, which to everybody else doesn't sound like a lot. That's a lot.
That's
And
that's third
a
more
lot.
time. Yeah.
And so I got thrown off. But then the next day, you guys got to actually witness like my full routine.
Well,
Like,
hold on.
Oh,
We're in this
oh,
place.
oh, oh.
What was the name of that place? Do you remember?
I don't
I don't
remember.
remember. Anyway, it was like Mon Paz or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we go in there. I go to buy a beer, and they would pour like a PBR in a glass.
A chalice.
No, a glass like your grandma has at her house.
Yeah.
It's not like a pint glass.
It's like a plastic
Not like
glass.
a
No.
not like a normal pint glass, but like a glass like your grandma would have with like not graphics on it, but like like indentions.
A lot of patterns.
Yeah.
patterns on it.
Yeah.
So then you'd go back to get another beer, and they wouldn't get you another glass. They would take the glass
Just
you
pour it in
had
there.
and just fill it up again.
Which is fine.
Okay.
It's fine. I mean,
Sure.
it's totally fine. But I was just like, cool, you know.
Yeah.
no,
But then we go.
That's your glass.
Then we go the next day to the next place, which you did much better. It was weird. Like you just like as the weekend went, you were like bombed, better, much better, and then killed it. Like it was weird.
The 2
last
shows
show-
we had the last day fucking killed. And I was
Yeah.
so happy that Sam Talent saw me on that last day. And I'll tell you what it was. There was a lot of pressure, right? This was my first comedy festival. This is my first time my whole podcast saw me doing shows.
True.
It was a lot. It was 6 shows in 3 days. It
And I
was
booed the entire
you know, there was Sam Talent was there. Charpier was there. Like all these people I super respected. It was very possible they were going to walk in and watch me. And so there was a lot of pressure. And the longer I was there, the more I got to like rub elbows with those people. The more I got to see those people bomb.
Oh yeah.
The more I got to like really experience.
Oh, we saw some Albuquerque comedians bomb.
Oh yeah. But the more I was there, the more I realized that like all comedians are the same. Like we all go through the same stuff. And I also realized that these boys have my back no matter what. Like
Straight up.
they don't care if I bomb. They don't care, you know. But that last day I killed, and I just remember getting off stage and the boys were just like,
That was good. Yeah.
"Whoa, where did that come from?"
You can stay in the Airbnb tonight.
Yeah.
You've earned your keep. But it was crazy. Like Sam Talent saw me perform. Brent, who booked me on my very first tour 6
Yeah.
months into comedy, he was like, oh my God, Kurt wasn't kidding. Kurt Fletcher is the guy I tour with. And he was like, Kurt wasn't kidding. You have improved so much. And like to hear that from somebody you look up to is like something you don't forget. And that happened this year. Holy shit. And you guys were there for it.
We were there,
it was great. And I think that was the best case scenario.
Well, and then I remember the party.
I was kind of there.
He was kind of. No, that's where I'm going. So I
People
remember
just
this party.
kept giving me like edibles.
Well, that's where I'm going.
Oh, that was Sam Talent's birthday party.
Oh, dude. So we go. So they're like. So we're booked.
It was a Godfather of Comedy's birthday party.
Right. So she's booked to do comedy. We're booked to do a podcast. And so, like, all the talent, they're like, after the first night, they're like, yeah, we're going to have an after party at Wally's house.
Yeah.
And
Wally Wallace,
Wally
who
Wallace.
was great.
Who actually, I'm friends with still on Facebook. I guess he lives there still.
Yes.
He moved there. He ended up moving
he's
there.
amazing. And he just got a job doing stuff for the city.
Right.
So he's great.
Here's the thing, Ray. When you go to a house party in Albuquerque, you're going to walk in. Like, say you walk in, like, at late, like, you know, almost 12. You walk in the front, and there's loud music playing. There's beer cans and liquor bottles everywhere, like, on tables
Pizza boxes.
and shit. Pizza
All
boxes,
kinds
blah, blah, blah. And then there's some people out somewhere in the back hidden smoking weed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trinidad,
No.
let's reverse all that.
Yeah.
So we walk in, and there's, like, a fucking hot box of cloud.
And not only that, but it was a comedian party, which is a totally different thing. We're all socially awkward. We all don't know what we're doing.
Sure.
It was fun. But it was Sam Talent's birthday. I got to go to Sam motherfucking Talent's birthday party.
Right.
That in itself. And then Royal Wood let me eat cookie crumbs.
From his butt.
No.
Okay.
Gross. He let me eat cookie crumbs at a Trinidad house party.
What are cookie crumbs?
Like from cookies.
That were
Homemade cookies
Okay.
in Colorado.
pot.
They were pot, and
Yeah.
I didn't know it. I
didn't
thought it
tell
was
her.
just cookies. And he was like, why
Well,
would you
how high
eat?
would you get from cookie crumbs?
Oh, dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
No,
were they
no,
pretty
no,
potent?
yeah.
I don't remember a lot of my time out there because their marijuana is weaponized.
Dude, I told you, like, I went with Smiley there's 28 dispensaries there.
Yeah.
There's like a whole block.
Right.
So we walk in, and they're like checking our IDs at the beginning, and then they're like, just wait out here until we have enough room to bring you in. I'm like, what? Okay. And then, all right, you guys can come in. And like we go in, and they only allow so many people in the actual dispensaries, so they can, treat you, A, probably to keep you from stealing.
Yeah.
But B, to like really like they have connoisseurs. They'll come in and like,
Of course,
so what kind of
bud
high,
tenders.
What kind of high are you looking for?
Yeah.
And like James is like, I want some edibles. And they're like, ooh, what are you thinking? Gummy worms or gummy bears? You're trying to thinking, and like they just go off, and I'm just like, what in the fuck? This is nuts, man.
I was in a dispensary. And we were talking to the bud tender and, talking about different ways. And she's like, I just like a suppository right up the hoo-ha. And we're like, that's
Oh wow.
Okay, look.
cool. All
They
right,
make
good for you.
in I went to a place in California that had tampons that had whatever, but it helps with cramps and it's
Right.
delightful.
Yeah.
I was happy. Okay, Chris,
Yeah.
I will go with you to the Rage Against the Machines show.
Okay. I got a ticket for you.
Dope.
So
Happy
Nate,
New Year's, Nate.
Nate Santa Maria. Mm-hmm. He says Happy New Year's to Smiley.
I love you.
Aw.
Why does someone say Shrek is life? Is that you, Ray? What's going on?
Eddie said Shrek is love.
Oh.
Yeah.
What is what?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
awful.
we don't want to know.
But I
It's
do,
some sort of
actually.
hidden joke.
I mean,
You
you
said
can
it's
YouTube. You can
awful.
YouTube it at some point.
No,
So-
thank you. If it, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? I mean, what's our future for 2020 for 10 drink minimum?
I think we're all gonna be closer friends.
Okay.
I
You
hope.
think Ray will hang out with us sometimes?
I mean, maybe.
Well, he needs to
Hopefully.
go on a road trip with us.
Yes,
He does. Ray, are you going to go on road trips with us?
Yeah.
Sure.
Or are you gonna?
Dope.
Okay. Because my mom already asked.
Yeah.
She wants to know if we're doing, if we're going to return to the tradition of Halloween, and she wants to do it in Cloudcroft in October. So
Yes. And we should bring the baby. I think that would be fun.
we can definitely take,
That sounds like fun.
If
to
the
you?
baby's going, I may be busy.
Oh, shut up, Ray. You could teach her to wrestle. You'll love her.
right.
Also,
Right.
she's used to people drinking around her. It's not like
Actually,
you have to not drink around her or anything.
My dad has seen Ray wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
My dad
Very cool.
really liked Hobo Hank, though.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was his
Well, who
favorite.
doesn't love
I know,
Hobo
right?
Who doesn't love
Yeah.
Hobo Hank?
Joseph.
I'll take this opportunity to pub him on the Vice special. You can look that up on the Vice's YouTube channel.
good stuff.
If you look up Hobo Hank Vice, that'll pop up. The local legend segment they did on him.
Oh, yeah.
Showed a lot of people from Destiny Wrestling and DWO.
Did it show you in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that day, I was in a shitty mood. I was in a really bad. I had a bad attitude, is the way that I
Why?
had it put to me. I was in a shitty.
Were you just having
mood.
a bad day?
I was just having a bad day, and I was like being.
This show's not about Ray.
Yeah. I guess is what it was. And like they kept telling me they want to do an interview with me, and like our gimmick is pretty interesting, and like we're weird looking, so I knew that's why they wanted to do it, and I kept putting it off the whole day. And then whenever I finally watched it, Eddie in the chat, he ended up having a ton of screen time, and like Eddie and the Squires got all this screen time because they had a good attitude.
They were in a good mood?
Yeah, they had a good attitude. They were out there like anytime the camera's out there, they're doing stuff with it, and they ended up having all this screen time. And I got like one small clip, and it's because I was in such a shitty mood.
Isn't that how it always happens? That always happens to me when it's a big deal day. Like that day, the first day in Trinidad, I was in a mood, and I was just like me, and for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, not to be shitty about it, but like that whole Vice thing, Well, hold on. This got
Here he goes.
The
Here he
whole
goes.
Vice thing.
Here he goes.
Like Joseph called me and was like, "I need your help. I need to make promos for the wrestling."
Yeah.
And it'll be all about Vice. And so I'm thinking like, cool, they're gonna use my promo stuff that I filmed and put on Vice. Nope. And I was kind of like, oh, that's some bullshit.
But you will see Royal and I in this Vice thing. Most people can point out Royal, and then they're like, "Oh, who's that little tiny person next to him?"
Oh, I think I'm in it
It's
somewhere.
me. Yeah, you're in there too. But Royal and I, the comedians, were like, "Oh, you guys are in a Vice thing." Like we have credit. Like people were like, "You guys were on that Vice thing." I'm like, the only reason you noticed us is because we're the weirdest two best friends you'll ever have in your entire life. We're so opposite that you can notice us so quick.
I think I made you guys go too. I was like, let's go. This could be great.
And we sat in the front. It was
It
my
was
first
a fun show.
It was my
Dude.
first wrestling experience, like being at a show.
What an odd experience. You were in some
was
barn
fun.
in Bosgate
Yeah.
Farms.
But it was a good
The
experience.
sun
It was
shining,
fun.
blinding everybody
Yeah.
for like a good 15 minutes
It
of
was
the show.
fun though, and that was my
Yeah.
first like experiencing you really wrestling.
I
was like,
hated that match. Everything about that match, everything about
I don't even remember who you wrestled.
It was me in a tag team match with Big Vig against some two new kids, and I was.
oh, was it the one with the Phoenix
lady?
guys?
No, that was like a bigger match. These guys were all from like Salt Lake City, and I made a joke about one of them looking like the Oompa Loompa from the new Willy Wonka.
Oh yeah.
he looked identical to the little Oompa Loompa guy. But anyway, I just I showed up there and they were like, "We're gonna put you in a tag with Big Vig," and I was already in a bad mood. And then I started getting really shitty about like the booking, and I was doing. And instead of making the most of it, instead of like going out there with a good attitude doing interviews, I ended up just getting all pissed off about it. And then I didn't end up getting hardly any screen time.
Now you're not famous.
Yeah, exactly. That would have been my big break on Hobo Hank's Vice special.
Well, if it means anything to you, I had a great impression from that show.
Yeah, it was fun. It's just like
It was exciting.
I told Holly, I was like, "Yeah, we're gonna have that guy on the show. Which one? Trash can guy."
I will say that I've been traveling and working with the Squires. These guys are watching Eddie and Tommy, but they've seen me in some of my worst moods, I think, that I've been in through these traveling and stuff. And I think that in 2018, 2019, these last 2 years, I've had some of the best experiences with these guys. I can't tell you how much I've been able to do, and they've really been there for me. And I don't think that I would have been able to push like the way that I have without the help of them. Yeah, so I love those guys, but they've.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. I think it's adorable that you're like acknowledging them and being so sweet.
Well, yeah, it's just
You usually say mean things about them.
No. Only when the cameras are on. Well, a little bit. Eddie still holds to the thing that I used to bully him, and I never did. We argue back and forth that I was never mean to him. It's some tough love.
Apparently, he needs thicker skin.
Right. No. But really, those guys they mean so much to me. Eddie, Tommy, and Rusty. These three guys have really made this last year amazing, and I've built up what I've done with wrestling, and this character would have never probably been where it was without these guys and their commitment to the character, their input on the things that we're doing, the conversations that we have, a lot of the ideas that we have, the things that we're going to do come up on these road trips from these guys, and I could not have asked for a better group of people to be traveling with.
Aww.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's how I feel about these guys.
Well, just wait. Wait till we all travel together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will say that I don't think Trinidad would have gone as well for me if I hadn't have had you guys. Because I would have been overwhelmed and I would have probably freaked out.
Yeah. Well, and you were supposed to stay with somebody else.
Yeah.
And you ended up staying with us.
And I'm grateful.
Yeah.
We won't say.
They bolted literally after the first day.
Yeah. So I think, and the thing about these boys is they always have my back. Always.
Right.
Always.
Yeah.
And I assume you'll be like that too.
No, that was
right?
part of the agreement. Chris brought me on and said, you have to have Holly's back.
You have to have Holly's back.
I said, all
You
the
gotta love her.
time? He said, yeah.
At some point, we're
We're
gonna
her
have to
big
fight.
brothers.
We're gonna have to fight some ex-comedy club guy.
Yeah. So, okay.
And Smiley walks into your room and he's like,
That's
the power's
fine.
out.
It's fine.
I don't know what happened.
But these guys are like my brothers. And I think, honestly, the biggest thing that happened to me this year is I gained brothers.
Yeah.
And you guys have been... Oh, guys, I forgot to mention, I closed down a comedy club this year.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
They went
congratulations.
They went
Thank
after
you.
the wrong people.
Right.
I protested and I announced it on the show.
Oh,
and
no.
these boys had me.
I didn't think that was you because of someone else posting on Facebook that said it was them.
Oh, well, whatever. It's fine. It's
somebody did it.
closed.
So, but for some reason, that other person's never getting attacked, and we all still get attacked all the
Yeah,
time.
we always get attacked. I get called a manatee and all kinds of stuff. But these boys, when I came to them and I said, somebody's being sexist to me, can I talk about it on the show? They were like, sexist? Yeah, sure. We got your back. We don't even need to hear what it's about.
Wow.
So that was awesome.
I just there was a great ad to the chat. I'll read it. You guys are killing it and do a great show. Ray is an excellent addition, and Holly is the great female perspective of the show. Love you guys, and a happy New Year.
Wow, very nice.
Jesus, we can't do anything else now.
Thank
That's gonna be the end of
Who
it.
was that?
It was a guy named Matt.
Aww.
So I agree with what he's
Thank
saying.
you so much.
Yeah.
I think Ray is a great addition to
Yeah.
the show.
I'm really excited because I feel like 2019 was one of the best years we've ever had. I'm really sad that we lost Billy.
Yeah.
But I mean, with Ray coming on, I feel like we have so much, we're reinvigorated. I mean, there's different stories. It's just a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And I always like to, this show evolves. And people always go, so what's your show about? You do a show? Does that work? My coworker goes, oh, you guys don't know this guy's famous. He does a radio show on the internet. People always go, what's your show about? And I go, and then I'm totally on the spot. And I'm like, really about nothing? I mean, it's, or the other thing is people always go, so what's the topic for this week? I'm like, don't know. Don't know.
We don't know.
That.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just, I like how that's how we work. I don't know.
We just talk about life.
Yeah.
And we have a real friendship outside of the show. I think that's what makes us special. We don't just come together and hate each other after we leave here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like Chris is
That's what you
excited
think.
I'm going to him. Well, you know what, Ray?
I'm just kidding.
You know what, Ray? We'll talk about this later. But Chris is excited I'm going to go with him to the show. Like, these are things that happen. We meet each other out. We love hanging out with each other. It's
Ray, you have
great.
to come. You have to come
To what?
on any one of our road trips.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We have
It's
such
so
a good
fun.
time. It gets
We
so
have so
stupid.
much fun. We're so stupid.
Yeah.
Are you ready for stupid? Because we're
I
stupid.
spend lots of time on the road. Yeah, pretty shit the stupid you guys bring to the table is nothing.
I'm sure he's ready for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when the bonding happens.
It does. It does.
Right.
That's how these two became my brothers. You're gonna
Yeah.
become a brother. It's gonna be great. You're gonna love it.
I'm excited for it. Should be
Me
cool.
too.
Should be cool. So what do we got to promote?
Biggest thing we have to promote is actually became way bigger tonight.
Bigger.
January 19th, I will be having a comedy show, and Ming Chen from Comic Bookman
AMC.
will be there. From AMC's Comic Bookman will be there, and we will be doing a live 10 drink minimum episode right after the show
Boom.
with Ming Chen. So keep an eye out for that on my Instagram, which is Holly Bird Comedy. And yeah, that's it for me.
I'm going to be in Mesa, Arizona for Party Hard Wrestling's Party Mania 4. Going to be defending the championship of the multiverse against Parada and Mr. Classic with Capane. I'm going to be bringing the whole Trash Kingdom. We're going to be partying hard as we do over there at the Nile Theater, but that'll be on January 10th. You can follow me on just about any social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube. You can find me, Ray Basura. You can find past promos, new promos, and just about anything going on there on my YouTube page. But that's about all I got. What do you got going on, Smiley?
As usual, you can find me on second season of Midnight Texas is on Hulu and NBC. Also, never try to get a hold of me in real life because that's awful. And I don't know. I'm with some other stuff. It's there. You go. That's all I got.
Cool. For me, myself, I guess I'll be January 19th. I'll be hosting the show that Ming Chen.
Sorry, Chris. I love you.
I'll be producing a podcast.
Sorry, Chris. Love you.
And producing a comedy show all the same night.
Poor Chris. I'm sorry. I love you.
Most days you can catch me around downtown as I'm the mayor of downtown, apparently. I'm just going to lean into that role.
Oh, I forgot to promote my comedy show.
What's your comedy show?
Tomorrow at Founders and every
Founders,
Monday. Fuck
There you
my
go.
life. Jesus.
Go ahead.
Tomorrow night and every Monday at Founders downtown. Royal Wood and I have Idiot Revolution open mic. And it's amazing. Look out for the password every Monday morning on either my Instagram or Facebook. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So this is my main gig, being the captain of this ship once a week or whenever we do it.
Or whenever Holly makes you do things.
Yeah, whenever Holly makes me do things, which is fun. So you can catch me. You can go to tendrinkminimum.com. Please go to our website. Smash that like and subscribe on YouTube. It's funny because like every time
Smash
fucking that dumb shit, and I never will say his real name because they'll sue us. That dumb shit from the comedy club. Every time he attacks us, I love it because we get more subscribers.
We do.
And we get more watches on YouTube, which I don't really focus on. But yeah, why not?
A couple weeks ago, he called me a manatee, which I was
did.
okay with.
I like how
all
I
right
busted him too. I was just like, I just want to say this. He was like attacking us with this sock puppet account, and he was like talking trash about our show at Bar Uno, and I was like, hey, if you like this one, you'll like the next one. We're gonna do it at a Bourbon and Boots, which is an old Felt comedy club, and it really fucking I could tell it got under his skin.
Yeah.
So then it outed him, and that was fun.
It was
really
fun.
enjoyed that.
It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He told me to lay off the syrup, and I was like, I don't drink syrup, you silly Billy.
So I enjoyed that. But so yeah, that's what I do. At 10drink on Instagram, and I just want to say thank you guys for being there and making 2019 our best year so far.
Thank you.
Big time. And we look forward to being there for you guys in 2020. If you need to work out, listen to our show. If you're on a long drive, listen to our show. If we do something that's stupid, let us know. If we do something that's awesome, let us know. And we love it. You guys are the reason that we're here. You guys are the reason we do this. Anyone out there, tell your friends that this show exists. And let's just keep building, because none of us really wants to work a day job.
We don't. We don't.
None of us does. If we could do this and get paid, we would love it. So
I'm trying not to go back to a day job.
right. So as the host of the show, I want to thank all of you. You guys are amazing. And with that, we
We
are
are 10 drink minimum.